just goes, oh, falls all the way out, and he goes in the elevator down. That's how bad it is.
Because they had a genuinely decent creature with the Demogorgon, but it just seems like they didn't do much with it overall.
No, well, I mean, it was really good in season 1 because like you barely saw it. It was modeled on Jaws, and so they deliberately held back from showing you what it was because that's what Jaws did, and it makes it quite compelling because then all the focus is on the humans as opposed to like generic monster action, and it makes it kind of scary and you don't know much about it, and it is lethal. You see that once or twice, and it's fearsome and terrifying, and that's it. And then season 1 sort of leaves, and you don't know anything else about it because 11 just puffs it into another dimension or into nothingness. Then like season 2 does aliens, but by aliens it means let's have more of them but make them smaller and worse. That's not great. They aren't really in season 3 because fuck it. They're briefly in season 4 when Hopper is experiencing the warmth of collectivism in Russia, and they are kind of scary again then. And then in season 5 it's like, yeah, we've run out of ideas, to the point where our main guy, the guy who made it, said, yeah, we don't need them in the big final battle because people are probably bored of them.
Oh, jeez,
dude.
So no proper through line for the creature. It was just there for the aesthetic and to be like, oh, it was a spooky monster, and they had no plan for it other than season 1. That's crazy to me. You have the whole entire world gripped with your narrative, yet you can't fucking do anything creative with the designs you have or the creatures, the character. No, this guy didn't even know who Lucas was after 5 seasons of this shit. That's a failure. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
Well, so I'm going through the trouble at the moment of trying to teach I'm back on trying to make my computer intelligent. This is going to end well. Like, it'll be Skynet eventually. But like at the moment, I'm trying to teach it who these people are, so it can recognize them when it sees them, and it can recognize them when I talk about them. And I'm having a lot of trouble getting my computer, which is supposed to be good at this shit, to understand, like, no, Lucas isn't the fucking science teacher. And the science teacher's name is Mr. Clark. How dare you not know this? Oh, it's because he's not a character either. That's probably why. It's because most of them just aren't characters. They haven't been since basically season 1. And a bunch of them were just about characters in season 2, but then they stopped being characters in season 3. And there's kind of been no characters left since season 3. So it's come as a nasty surprise to lots of people who didn't realize how shit the preceding seasons really were. It has not come as a surprise to those of us who did realize how shit they really were.
Because this is like validating. Like even Cynic saying how he didn't watch Game of Thrones and he saw it fall apart. And he was like, fuck you, I was right. I kind of feel like that with Stranger Things now, of just like, man, I made the right decision just pulling out.
Well, you did after a fashion, but then it means like now and everyone's talking about nothing else for months and months, and it'll probably carry on for ages because of how it is. Then you'll be in the Cynic position of like, well, you missed out on a big cultural moment. And also, unlike Cynic, you didn't miss out though on like 4 really good seasons of television. So actually, really, he's still in the worst position of the two.
That's why I feel like this is the best of the best. Like, I really think it was shit, and now it's because the season 1, which is supposed to be the best one, I thought it was the most like just okay thing I'd ever watched in my life. This is like, it got a little bit of Goonies, a little bit of Stand By Me, a little bit of all these little elements. It's okay, but I think out of all those, it did the least with that premise. But that's just my memory of it. I just didn't think it was anything special, and to see it grow into this and then fall like flat on its face, it's kind of funny. Well, what can you do?
Yeah, well, what can you do? But we are live and have been for a while because we were talking about stuff, and I figured we might as well, do that on the clock as opposed to have all the conversation behind the scenes, as often happens. Do we have other topics besides Stranger Things?
There are other topics, but I can't put the chat on the screen. And I can't put the chat on the screen.
Why?
I'm wondering if you can. I don't know. I don't see the tools. It's like they removed them. StreamYard did.
What was that under? Was that media assets?
Under comments, I think.
The comments?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I've got fuck all under comments. I've just got like live and starred. That's it. Wait, where's even... Do we even have private chat? Is that... Oh no, that's moved.
There is private chat.
I swear it was like... It was media assets or something. Overlay, QR, video clips, background. No, sounds, background music. Oh, we can have background music. Let's not do that.
This is the start of a stream, just technical work.
It's a fair cut. I hadn't noticed, but like that, this has been operating perfectly fine for ages,
and now
now it's just gone. Is it under managed layouts? Surely it's not.
That's what they always do. They always do a new update that just breaks everything.
Every single time, updates just ruin everything. I've never seen one that just improved it. Of anything,
like, we had this problem on EFAP on Saturday because it was lagging like fuck, and Discord had just moved the change your server thing, because normally we have to move the server because some of us are in Australia, fringy. But they'd hidden it, and it just disappeared for no particular reason, and now you have to go into a submenu of a submenu to find it. And so, well, why the fuck? It was perfectly fine where it was. What are you doing? I can't see anywhere where this could be hiding. That's weird. Why does it say, oh, blue? That's what we are.
And you can never understand the thought process behind the changes. It's almost like they don't even use the program if they think this is convenient. It's weird.
Yeah.
Did you hear, like, when Fallout came out, Bethesda finally updated Fallout 4, and what it did was it broke every mod that every person had worked on for years. And the one thing it was supposed to do, which is, like, support widescreen, it didn't even do that. It just stretched. It stretched the fucking images across, so all the UI looks janky. Yeah, so it's not even like a proper widescreen support. It's literally just stretching the screen. So everything looks weird, janky, and you broke every mod that people have been working on for 10 years.
Bastards, then you have to roll back.
Yeah, the assholes, Bethesda.
I always hate when that happens, because I used to like mod a fair few games, and like when an official patch comes out and it's like, oh, that's actually some really good bug fixing stuff, I'm going to install that. And it's like, yeah, but then all of the hard work that you've done, it's all gone. All of the stuff that you installed to make the game way better, can't do that anymore. So it's bug fixes, or it's a really good game. And, well, I think I'll stick with the buggy but really good game that you couldn't be bothered to make. It's like Starfield's got that fucking huge like Star Wars total conversion mod now. It's like 100 gigabytes in size.
Dang.
And it actually looks pretty good, and I might even check it out at some point in the near future.
It's not worth it. Won't be worth it. It'll be
Probably
fun
not.
for about 2 hours, and then you go, oh yeah, it's still Starfield.
Right?
Yeah, it's just the skin, right?
But the guy who made it did like a long post on the website he set up for like trying to counter that, because he's like, no, I understand that base Starfield is shit. Of course I changed all of it. I'm not going to do it's not just a skin. Honestly, guys, I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I'm kind of interested in checking it out to see if he is.
That guy should just make his own game. Like, why help support like Starfield, which in the launch trailer, I saw people with their head back to front, and I was just thinking, this is a buggy mess in their fucking trailer. Who thinks this game's going to be good? And lo and behold, it was broken.
Well, I kind of felt the same way about the Skyrim mods, because I felt like as cool as any mods you can come up with, it's still a base game that's very generic at its core once you get through most of it. It's fun, but there's only so much you can do. And I feel like the mods
you've got a foundation. Like, you at least have like a base game that's like decent, and then you can just work extra shit into it. Like Starfield, like the physics are fucked. Like, have you seen people's faces? Like, you've got characters doing those like big wide-eyed kind of things looking at you. Or people like the heads back to front. It's like you have to actually fix the game before you can mod it. So it's like 3 times the work.
Honestly, I could forgive a lot of the graphical issues with Starfield if there were actually something to do in the game.
Yeah, that was
something to do.
It was just like I saw someone defending it just a few days ago, saying like, no. I really enjoyed it because like it's kind of like an accurate space simulation. You know, there's nothing. I enjoyed the loneliness of exploring this planet. Like, that's one. Well, you must be incredibly fun at parties. But also like I also occasionally enjoy periods of lonely exploration, but I like something good at the end of them. I don't like going. As my first experience of Starfield was like, oh my goodness, there's a whole new planet. I'm going to walk for hours because they didn't include vehicles at the beginning. And what do I find at the end of it? Some fucking iron ingots. Oh, great. That was worth going past this like huge cave system and turrets and all of the weird monsters I don't know the names of.
What a piece of shit game that was. I remember so many people.
25 years in the making. There you go.
They're taking longer to make each game, but each game is getting worse. Like, what is it? Fallout 4 came out it's like 2016.
I think it was 10 years ago now. Yeah.
And like, we're not even, the Elder Scrolls 6 is next. So we're probably not even going to get Fallout till like 2040.
I don't think we're going to get Elder Scrolls 6 till 2035 at the rate they're going. Because that was announced almost 10 years ago, if I'm remembering correctly, maybe earlier. And we don't even have just like a demo trailer out. We don't even have one of those.
You know what Todd said? Here's a big update. It's got more trees than all of Skyrim. I'm like, fuck off, Todd.
Yes, that's what we want. Trees.
Trees. Release the trees. That's the
fucking. Oh, God, shit. I hate him. I hate him so much.
A discussion is never around gameplay and mechanics. That's why I just feel like my eyes gloss over when it comes to modern like discussion of video games. Always about graphics, world building, and like everything else. I can't remember the last time that someone described the feel of a game, because that's usually what sells me. I'll play a game, and with in a matter of seconds, I'm gonna have a sense of if this is something I actually want to commit to in terms of learning the mechanics, because that's what keeps you addicted. That's the replay value.
That's
graphics is so fucking overrated, and it's all people talk about.
Did you see the GTA 6 meme where people were going, look, it's so realistic, they've got coffee stains, and people are going back to Half-Life 2 going, look, realistic, it's got coffee stains.
It's like, who gives a fuck? I don't need to see your pores. I don't care. Like this, I've been done with graphics for like, it feels like 20 years, because it just takes away from what really matters in terms of like real gameplay. Nobody cares. Like if you look through some of the most amazing and addicting games you've ever played throughout your life, you don't give a shit what you look like. And this brew makes this point a lot, how your brain will fill in the rest after a while. You can have some shitty graphics, but then it becomes 1080p after a while, because it's just creativity.
It all becomes normal, and then like you don't have any of the massive generational jumps that you had sort of in the late 90s in particular, into the 2000s. So like it's less interesting. But what you do have is, or up until recently, what you did have was huge amounts of RAM, which allows them to do all of these tiny little details and then not optimize their games properly. And so what you get is coffee stains, yes, but also why does nothing work? Why is it lagging on my 490?
Yes.
Like Cyberpunk was like that, where they went, oh look, you can see the reflection in your mantis blades, but then you got into a car and the car would flip upside down and blow up.
I remember when like the conversation shifted to graphics, because it was like early 2010s, because we had another like graphical leap and suddenly games could look hyper realistic. And then the conversation just became that, and the industry assumed that all we're looking for is realistic graphics. But then at the sacrifice of that, you stopped having art style. So like I like BioShock as a great example, because it's not graphically the best looking game compared to some of the stuff you can get now, but it has a very specific and unique art style that anyone can show you still from that game, and you can say, yeah, that's BioShock. Yep, now you look at all these open world games, because I've been completely like, aside from not having time to actually play games, a lot of time when I see a trailer, I'm just like, this looks like 20 other games I've seen come out in just the last 2 years alone, because everyone is going for hyper realistic, and that means artistic creativity has gone completely out the window.
And that's when games that actually focus on that stand out. Like I think Little Nightmares, half the fan base of that game played it just because, oh, this looks a little cutesy and fun, a little art style. There's a game I'm hooked on called Vampire Rising that's got a really cool art style to it, and it becomes so refreshing where everything doesn't have to be hyper realistic. Like I just don't need to see I don't need to see stubble on people's face. I don't need to see coffee stains. I don't care about that shit. Like, let's actually get some proper gameplay that's fun and worth investing time into. Because especially if you come from fighting games, you understand mechanics is everything. And like that feel is really what's going to bring you back to the game. The graphics is unbelievably overrated.
Because like the Witcher 3 conversation is really interesting, because everyone's all like, oh my god, it looks so beautiful, it's so realistic, and only now 10 years after the game has come out are people finally being honest, like, hey, the gameplay loop kind of fucking sucks for this game, because it's so tedious to get a hold of and learn, but it looks great. That's all anyone could ever fucking talk about, and story came second to that.
If you ask anyone what's their favorite games are, usually the focus is going to be gameplay loop or story. Way at the end is graphics. No one is going to base their favorite game experiences off of graphics. It's never happened. It never will.
Art style comes up before graphics. And some of the biggest games, the most popular games of just the last few years have been games which don't have very high fidelity graphics, but are very distinctive art. I mean, Breath of the Wild, anything on the Switch, basically. Which is successful and popular and has mass appeal. It's not graphically brilliant, but what it is very unique and distinctive because they're working within the limitations of the software. Baldur's Gate 3, principally for story and character stuff. Again, I mean, it looks fine for what it is, but it's not the best game to look at graphically. It's not hyper realistic. But those limitations create, new and interesting things that you work with. it's always fun, like looking at stuff that devs used to do to get trees into the game, for example. Like, it's 2D sprites that you then put them at a cross section to make them seem 3D, and it's like, that's fun. I like all of that. And I almost think that if more people actually wrote games specifically for the lower end systems, you might get better and more interesting games, as opposed to what they do at the moment, which is right for the highest end system, and then they try and cram everything down. It's never ever play a Switch re-release of any AAA game. It's awful and doesn't work. And because they're important, because obviously I sat in a meeting with people doing like optimization for consoles for Judas, and it's like the Switch and the Steam Deck are both informally referred to as the special needs consoles, because they're just kind of like, they are just like the retarded younger cousin, and it's really difficult to work with. But then you have to like work harder to get those to work. But then once you've done all of that work, then you can put all of that to use when you're using it for higher end systems. Anyways, like, yeah, just deliberately constrain yourself, and you'll probably create something that's better. Anyway, I found a live chat help thing. Yeah, help. How do I get chat on screen?
Still working on that.
Well, I've looked everywhere. I found an overlay of Cynic and Sonic for some reason.
Oh, that's what that's about. The old one. I think that was back when it was probably like a couple of years ago when we were talking about how you need to see yourself or how people need to see themselves in movies and shows. And when I was a kid, it was Sonic the Hedgehog.
You saw yourself in Sonic?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm blue, bro.
The blue hair? Is that it? Are you a hedgehog? did you do track? Like,
no, but it was just I remember making a point of like, my favorite character was a blue fucking hedgehog. I didn't need to see myself in anything.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes way more sense when you've explained it that way. You could think it the other way, and it's like, it's not like a madman. But I know I get your point.
Its AI help is retarded. So I said, how do I get live chat on the screen? And it's giving me top results, including stuff like, can people watch on StreamYard?
Try typing cat overlay. See if that changes anything.
Oh yeah, good idea. Live chat overlay. How many overlays can I upload? How do I make overlays and other types of graphics? How do I show comments/chat on the screen? Well, maybe.
Why would they move that? It's such a basic feature. Why wouldn't you want your chat there? Idiots.
It's just technical support.
Trust me.
We're like 20 minutes in, haven't gotten to the topic yet.
No, if you want to pull up a comment on screen, you click the comment and hit show. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, like, me and Reaper did the fight companion for the stupid Jake Paul fight, and the first 20 minutes, his voice wasn't even being recorded. That's how hard technical issues can be sometimes when you're doing it live. Yep. You don't even realize it. It's like, oh, shit.
We've reached quartering levels of stream content now. Just discussing the business and back end stuff.
Is he still alive? He's completely disappeared from my feed.
Forgot about him. Honestly.
He's a lol cow now. That's all.
Oh,
it's wonderful.
What happened to him?
Basically, everyone realized that he was just grifting and he doesn't actually do anything of value, and he doesn't really have he just lies about everything. So. Shout out to Kino Casino because they just do like streams reviewing all of the crazy shit he does and says on stream, to the point that there's a story where he claimed that he has poop problems and he likes to talk about them a lot on stream.
What the
so he said that he went to Walmart with his wife one time after they went out for some fancy breakfast or whatever, and he really had to shit. And instead of using the bathrooms that are usually at the front of a Walmart when you go into a Walmart, he decided to just continue shopping, shat himself, and a trail of poop leaked out of his pants.
Why would you share that with the world?
What the fuck?
It gets
That's something
better.
you take to your death. You gotta divorce your wife after that too. Nobody can know.
It gets better. So someone heard this story, and because they were trying to conceptualize how ridiculous this was, they managed to draw a diagram based on what he said. And it's even worse. This guy literally walked a mile in the store with shit seeping out of his pants.
What is he, Andy Dufresne? Like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this guy? That's nasty. Now I'm just picturing the quartering in the rain, like fucking out like this. Shawshank. What a nasty
it's like,
fucker.
is it like a slug trail? So he's like left loads of slime behind him. You can just follow him.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh,
disgusting.
God.
Platoon, have you ever shat yourself in public, or is this just like?
I can't say I have.
All right, just checking. I just don't get that. I don't know. Self-control, folks. He must really have a problem, but I don't know. How did we go from fucking cowboy hat and fuckface to quartering shit problems?
Well, we never touched on this.
We never got to this to begin with.
Oh my goodness, man.
It was chat, then shit games, then shit, back to chat again, which didn't work, and then the quartering.
Anyways, let's talk about what's on screen.
Okay.
I bring this up offline, but I still feel like it's a relevant topic of just like, as soon as I see this, I just think, why didn't you, Doomcock, why didn't you wait, bro? Why didn't you wait? Just the impatience that he showed when it came to.
You were going to be right eventually, my friend.
Yeah. We all knew it was coming eventually, but committing to this to that degree, not the best fucking move I've ever seen. For someone who's really fucking funny dude, you know? But credibility is a massive thing on YouTube, and you can't just commit to like predictions like that. Because here we are, how many years ago has it been? Like 3, 4, 5 years since then, and then now it's actually coming, and I still don't believe it until this chick is actually getting. So I see her with her box walking out of Disney Studios or whatever, Lucasfilm. Like, I don't believe it. I don't know.
He has made a video saying Kathleen Kennedy gone. I think that entire video is just going to be him going, I was right. I was always right.
It's just a bad decision to make. And he's such a funny dude, but what can you do? It's,
so go on. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask. Thank you. I was just going to ask. So is this like a credible source finally? That because this has been a rumor for.
This is the Hollywood
like
Reporter. I love how it starts with according to information.
Do we believe it though this time? Because
it's information, Vex. You have to believe it. Come on.
I mean, like these websites have said it before, right? Where they're just like, oh, if like leaks confirm that Kathleen Kennedy is looking. It's like it's been a thing for the year. So why is this one any different? If it is any different,
that was my point with Doomcock. It's been a thing for multiple years, many years. So people got tired of hearing about it, to where we're skeptical anytime it's brought up.
But last time she said that she wanted to go out on a high, and nothing has released yet. So
is it a gamble of Mandalorian and Grogu go out? If they're successful, I go out on a high. Look, something's good. If they're a flop, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
I mean, not a great plan, but again, she's run everything into the ground. So I suppose what. Just risk it.
Absolutely astounding record of failure.
Can you imagine where she'd be if Grogu didn't exist, and like that wasn't the success that it was, at least in the early seasons? If all she had was like Kenobi and like Boba Fett in the sequel trilogy, she'd be in an even worse position. So yeah.
Oh no,
she's holding on for that movie.
Unfortunately, she'd still be where she is because she knows where all the children are, where they've been buried, where Dave Filoni's fingers have been.
She knows
all this.
That's why we're saying she's gonna linger on like a Force ghost. She's never gonna go away. She's always gonna have her fingers like a puppeteer in some way. So,
God, how horrible! Like, so you got Dave Filoni and I think she's Welsh, and I think Lewin, whatever her name is, she's like a super feminist, like all on board Kathleen Kennedy's vision. So she's gonna be running the day-to-day businesses of Lucasfilm.
That's the distinction they've drawn, right? So he's creative lead, and she's going to be handling the executive side of things. So money and presumably green lighting projects and things like that. It's just like I can't think of a single company. Well, Google, I don't know. Have any companies successfully done a co-leadership thing? Because it does seem to be this definitive modern thing. Okay, we've lined up a guy to take over, but that can't be allowed. So we're also going to have a co-leader who has tits, because that balances things out. It's like the Force.
Naughty Dog, when they were making The Last of Us, had Bruce Straley and Neil Cuckman make a game, and it was good. Then suddenly Bruce Straley had to leave, and now Neil Cuckman took power, and the game's been shit ever since. So no, I don't think it does work. It's like the Sith. rule of two. There can only be two at a time.
Wait, the
Stop fucking
Penguin
killing you.
wasn't the Penguin Matt Reeves and some chick who's super talented as well? If I remember, it was two people.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that might be the example we're looking for of like a collaboration. Because if I remember correctly, there was a woman who's responsible for some of the good episodes of The Penguin.
That can happen. You know, some women are kind of good.
Yes. Yeah.
Exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Filoni, I would have less confidence in Dave Filoni than in any woman in the room. So there is that.
Ugh.
God, that list.
That's a stupid
fucking-
cowboy hat. I just can't take him seriously as a creator when I know he's responsible for Ahsoka, one of the worst creatures that's ever been, injected into the Star Wars franchise.
And season 2 is coming. Maybe this year, maybe next year. And it also might be the end. They were talking about that potentially being the last of the Filoniverse TV projects, which seems unlikely if he takes over as CEO. But apparently they were going to wait to see how it performs before they decide on greenlighting any further Star Wars TV shows. So I can imagine they'll be shifting to theatrical generally anyway because they need to make some money. But I mean, Filoni, he can't let Ahsoka die. He's his cock puppet. Like, he needs her.
He adores her.
Yeah, he's invented like the multiverse and time travel to save her. Like,
if
fucking.
you had to pick right now, who's a more like terribly written character and more overpowered, Rey or Ahsoka? I'm just lost track at this point.
Well, like, Rey hasn't been saved by time travel yet. Like, the rules of the universe have been sort of broken to help her because we did the whole Force Seal thing with Kylo, who just died for reasons.
I was gonna say that should kind of count. Leia going through the fucking universe to just fuck over the middle of their fights. Like, no.
Oh, true. Yeah, although
that's kind of like time travel, so I feel like they're almost tied when it comes to that point.
But then she did it to save not the rebellion, the resistance, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know. I get something about me wants to say no. Ahsoka's actually had more done to save her than Rey has done. Like, Rey is just overpowered and boring.
Rey hasn't needed saving,
is like,
that's why.
No, well, she doesn't need to exactly, yes. Whereas Ahsoka needs saving from the ravages of time. And so we get fucking Force-sensitive wolves leading you to a cave with a world between worlds where you can go in and pluck people out of history. And I'm so surprised they haven't done that with other characters. Like, why wouldn't you? You've established this as a mechanic. We need Darth Vader back. Quick, go in time travel and yank him out of the scene where he dies.
Piece of shit.
Well, she's also supposed to be a representation of the good side of the Force because that shitty Mortis arc, whatever you call it, on Clone Wars, like, there's the father who represents the Force, there's the brother and the sister who's supposed to be the light side and the bad side, and the sister dies to revive Ahsoka, so it's implied that she is the fundamental, like, avatar of the good side of the Force itself.
Jesus
That's so
she's Force God good.
That's so, see, this is when people who say Star Wars is shit. They're talking about that crap. Can we just like? I want to see Luke doing flips, getting trained by a little green man. Like, keep it very, very simple, and like that's where you can actually appreciate some of the aspects of Star Wars. Like, Empire is fucking fantastic, but once you get into the time travel, Mordor, stupid nonsense, Thrawn in his pot belly, it becomes a joke. Like I like when people say they don't like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, I'm like, fuck, more for me. You're at a loss. When they don't say like Star Wars, I'm like, I get it. Like, the vast majority of it is shit. It's just so trash. Because I love the OT. I love the OT, and I appreciate so many parts of the prequels. But like, the vast majority of it is just ass, man. Like, what is all that? Sabine. Yeah. Sabine is a character that should never have existed.
God, like she took a lightsaber to the fucking gut, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll get up and follow you the day afterwards."
Fine.
Yeah, she slept it off. She slept it off. It's just frustrating because one of Liam Neeson's most iconic deaths is Qui-Gon Jinn, and like, just to have that scene just be eroded completely.
That makes him more iconic.
The most iconic weapon. One of the most iconic weapons in fiction is basically useless now. I don't understand whether or not it could kill someone. I don't understand how these things work, and that's just a fucking failure, man.
And then the writer of Rebels said that Sabine, like, I think they interviewed, it's someone whose surname is Gilroy, but I don't think is related to Tony Gilroy, but was someone who was a writer on Rebels and said, no, like, we discussed briefly making Sabine Force sensitive, but we all decided it was a really shit idea. It's the opposite of everything about her character. It flattens everyone out. It makes the Jedi less special. It makes the Mandalorians less special. It's just, no, we didn't want to do that because it was a terrible idea. And then Filoni comes along and says, well about that.
I can't wait for more of Ahsoka just looking stoic and then folding her arms every 5 seconds. Remember
I
that?
still need to do that. I meant to do like a compilation for the second channel of Ahsoka, but it's just the scenes where they're staring at each other. Because my theory is you can get an entire episode out of that runtime. I reckon you can.
He's not even joking. If you actually put them as a compilation, you can get like a montage of them just staring at each other, where there's like no dialogue, no ambient noise. It's just awkward tension in the room. It's so weird.
Well, Dave Filoni thinks being quiet is the same as being wise, which is just not true, because every time she opens her mouth, she was fucking stupid. Yeah. But do you remember so Grand Inquisitor gets stabbed in the stomach, he's fine. Sabine gets stabbed in the stomach, he's fine. And then in the Acolyte, Carrie-Anne Moss gets like hit with like a tiny knife and she dies, and we're all going, what?
Someone threw a pair of scissors at Carrie-Anne Moss and she just got one shot. But everyone else can survive lightsabers. It's crazy.
In the review for that, I was like, hang on, well, look, I'm going to be fair to the show and praise it where possible. Somebody died. I mean, that was, they actually followed through with that. Well done. It's the only good thing they did.
Yeah, but you can't have her be a Jedi Master and then have her die to a knife. It just, you can't do that. You can't establish these things. They can fucking stop shit with their minds. And I feel like it's probably worse than Remember, because Platoon, I'm assuming you're doing that off memory too. I bet if we look back at that scene, it's even dumber. The Acolyte is special.
It is dumber because they invent this rule, and a character even was it May, whatever the twins' name is in that scene. So like, a Jedi never draws their lightsaber unless they're prepared to kill, and that's the reason you get the stupid kung fu shit. And it's like, that isn't true. That's literally when in the Phantom Menace, they're having tea and they hear a noise and they pull their lightsabers out.
It's right, to chop you in half at all times. Didn't you watch the films, man? That's so stupid.
Like they use them to open doors. Like they stick them in to melt the lock. I mean, they use them quite a lot.
In New Hope, he just knocks the arm off someone but doesn't kill him. And then it gets even worse because that scene in The Acolyte is like, well, if she had drawn her lightsaber, then loads of people would have survived, because what's her name starts chucking knives and threatening loads of people. Like she beats up a bunch of bar people. She lobs a knife at the child of the bartender. And it's like, if you had just pulled out your lightsaber as a means of crowd control, or just because the reason they did it is because they couldn't have a fight with a Jedi who has a lightsaber, because they couldn't have this person using a red lightsaber. They didn't want to do that yet. So they had to invent this bullshit rule that never applies and doesn't even apply in the scene to make the Jedi even worse, because they don't bring out their weapons to stop violence before it happens, or to justify not having a lightsaber fight in the first scene of the show. Incompetence all the way through.
It's madness when you actually break it down that way.
Remember that guy who's just floating there and he hasn't said anything for like 20 years?
Yes.
And then like he has this wall and she's trying to she's trying to kick him, and he's got this psychic wall around him, and then she goes, I know a way around it. I'll tell him to kill himself. And he just goes, okay.
Yeah.
Remember the reason why he's there. He's so guilty over what it's so fucking
He's so guilty that the Jedi did nothing wrong on that planet, that they saved the child from a demonic witch cult.
It's so broken. It's crazy.
She went into his mind and mind raped him. He's actually a victim of what happened on the planet.
Completely, he's innocent. He's one of the biggest victims in the show, but he's a white male, so they have to portray him as fucking this terrible monster who needs to completely, like, express his guilt and then kill himself over it. It's just that show. How did they get away with that? How did they even make it?
I love the whole, they're trying to like, Saul killed that woman, and then the woman was becoming a demon, and then Osha or May was literally dissolving in front of him.
Getting disintegrated, like she got snapped away from Thanos. Saul, the absolute legend, saved everyone's life, and the entire show blames him for it. I don't think I've ever seen a more morally backward show. I really don't.
Nope.
The women were going like, oh, she wasn't dying. She's just becoming one with the Force. I went, that's fucking dying. That's what happened to Obi-Wan. He died. And then, like, all the other lesbians just turned into, like, mist. And that was it. They all just, I don't know what the fuck happened.
They all just died. They got unplugged from the Matrix and just died.
They flopped over because there's the scene in like episode 3 where they go through the room and there's loads of dead lesbians, and you're like, oh, something bad happened here. Then you get to episode 7. No, they just got unplugged and flopped. Like,
A
well,
room of dead lesbians.
Legit Matrix scene. I couldn't believe it. Just Cypher going out and just murking people. It's such a strange scene. And then the Wookiee fight, the fucking goofy clown show Wookiee fight that they just slapped on. Oh my god, man. Yeah, that
Like a
show. I don't even know. You can just go on for days of how fucking terrible it was.
When
Like
is
a
season
Wookiee
2 coming
social-
out?
Sorry.
never
Right.
cancelled, never being seen again.
Please, more May and Osha, please.
You
Resurrect
had,
Soul.
was it Plagueis the Wise is like this super intelligent, like fucking bureaucrat, and then he's hiding in a cave, spying on fucking Ocean.
Watching them have sex. That's
He-
kind of what he's doing.
the
He's a little
only-
cave goober.
The only character who should be above, just more for Vex, the only character who should potentially be above Vader or Palpatine, who are like the ultimate villains, is someone named Plagueis. And instead of giving him the presentation that this character should have had, they made him some creepy goober in a fucking cave staring like this, like a little goblin. Like what the like a creature from the Descent. Like that's what are you doing? Like this fucking Plagueis.
It makes
He
the
should be.
scene in, Revenge of the Sith so different when Palpatine says, "Did you ever hear of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He was so powerful, so wise, he could influence the midichlorians to create life. And instead of doing that, he sat in a cave."
Yes, he's just fucking it's a cock in a
Watching
cave.
young people have sex.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. You have so many cool characters and ideas to work with, from Thrawn to Plagueis, and this is what they do with them every single time. It's not just a Star Wars problem. It's a Disney problem. Period. Because look at MODOK. MODOK could have been cool. Kang could have been cool. All these people could have been cool. The only one they kind of pulled off, in my opinion, was Mephisto, and that might have just been more due to Sacha Baron Cohen's performance.
Oh, there's a guy there who can actually act and has presence. But it's worse in the Star Wars context though, because the Acolyte is a prequel as well. Like so much gets fucked up. The early one was just people bitching about Ki-Adi-Mundi's birthday being wrong, which was funny because it shows that they're ignorant. But it wasn't the major one. It's the fact that at the end of it, what's her name? The Green Bean character, Leslie Headland's wife, goes in to tell Yoda about everything that's just happened. And then you have to fast forward a few hundred years to Ki-Adi-Mundi saying, the Sith have been extinct for a millennia. But you fucking know they haven't. Yoda's lying to you if you think that. And that makes him bad and incompetent.
It's like
What are you
Romulus.
doing?
It's like just stay away from these prequels because you just fuck everything up. You're forcing people to choose between this content and the other because they can't coexist. You can't watch Aliens after watching Romulus. Doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't watch the prequels and listen to that line after seeing the Acolyte because they just don't connect. And like, God help you trying to watch the OT after that. They all just can't coexist, and that's the biggest issue that people have with this. Because even like, if the Disney Star Wars trilogy was trash as it is, but it didn't damage the OT to the way that it does, people would be way more accepting of it. But when you have continuity just being thrown out the window is when you really get like a bad reputation.
It says Ahsoka season 2 is coming out this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not got a
that's-
firm release date, and it wasn't announced on the slate, so it's either
Oh.
maybe 2026 or it's 2027. It is definitely happening. We just don't know if it's this year or next. And they've obviously got Mando and Grogu first, and then
So do you think Starfighter will come out before or after?
that's 27, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of think it would make sense for them to do film as opposed to film show. But yeah, no clue.
I hope it's a disaster. I hope it like she gets all the powers. She can like jump multiverses and fucking queefs on Doom and does
already
does
has.
everything.
She's come back as Ahsoka the White. That already happened.
No,
But
but
she's
see,
stupid.
that happened with Rey as well. Like for the people who think we're joking, they actually did that. They had her die and come back dressed in white like Gandalf, Ahsoka the White. It's why it's so fucking cringe and so on the nose and so unjustified within the narrative. I don't get what they were thinking with that.
But she's like, my genius plan is to get inside a whale's mouth and have no idea where it's going and hoping this just takes me where it needs to, which it conveniently does. That's not wise. That's fucking plot contrivance.
Yeah.
Yes. Flying whales in space as an Uber, like in the Star Wars.
Oh, those
universe.
fucking the fucking galaxy hopping whales. What is his obsession with fucking animals? He's put them whales in. He put them in what was that kids one? With Jude Law. I can't even remember the name of it.
Oh,
Skeleton something.
yeah, Skeleton Crew. That's the one.
Yeah,
It
you
took a
can
while
see
to
them in
remember
the. You can see them in the FT. I couldn't even remember that existed.
I only
that
remember
one-
when you guys bring it up, pretty much.
They're briefly in Mando season 3 as well, I think, when they're hyperspacing toward some generic planet I don't remember the name of, and Grogu's sitting. He's doing his merch thing where he sits his head out the top of the Naboo starfighter, and he looks through the hyperspace vision, and he sees the shadows of the whales. And he's like, "Oh, I know where this is going. I don't want it to go there. Stop it. There aren't whales in space, please."
Yeah, go away.
Like Rebels, apparently like Thrawn beats Ezra, beats everyone. He goes, "I'm a genius." But then Ezra goes, "My whales," and then whales come out of nowhere and just destroy Thrawn's fleet. And that's how he wins. That's how Rebels ended.
Yeah, and they both get
Whales.
trapped in transport. I'm just, because I know I'm going to have to watch a bunch of this before Ahsoka season 2 comes out. I don't want to. I don't like the idea. I've learned loads of people for some reason really like the Clone Wars, and I've tried getting into the Clone Wars, and it's really bad. And like Rebels, I've not tried yet, but I imagine it's also really bad. Stop making me watch this shit so I can understand your TV shows.
It's not
Yeah, like
usually worth it.
there's some interesting ideas in Clone Wars and Rebels, but the execution sucks ass. So that's the big problem. The characters are very shallow.
I
Especially
appreciate
Rebels.
I appreciate that there's like an EU and there's all this other content, but none of it has ever made me that interested. I just feel like we got a completed story in the OT, and that was that. It was more so the concepts of the concept of the Force, the concept of the Jedi and the Sith. I'd like to see those things explored more, like just a dude on a random planet who has the Force, or a Darth Vader horror movie, like people have been asking for years. Like little things we can do. I don't need to see Ahsoka be an overpowered asshole. It doesn't appeal to me.
And how many people have survived the purge? Is like Yoda's got to be thinking, has he killed anyone? Everyone seems to have made it out of the temple.
Order
There's
66?
thousands. Yeah, there's thousands
It's
of
a
us.
joke.
still
It's
alive.
a joke. It was a myth. This is a conspiracy theory at this point. Nobody died. Like what the fuck? It's complete bullshit.
False flag operation. The Jedi really were responsible.
Mm.
Set fire to their own temple. They're not even dead.
Yeah, it's complete. Way to ruin one of the best scenes of the prequels, because they actually nailed that one.
What's annoying is like when fucking Luke Skywalker meets Ahsoka and she goes, and I'm thinking, where the fuck were you during Return of the Jedi? Like, and then she comes back to help start the Jedi Order. I'd tell her to fuck off. She wasn't there when the ultimate battle against the Sith Lords, he had to fight alone.
If you want to pick
fuck yourself.
If you want to pick one scene to tell that show to fuck off and just like, yeah, this isn't canon, it's Luke and Ahsoka talking. Like, you can't have them in the same room and have that be the conversation. There's nothing. That should have been an entire back and forth right there. There's so many things.
It's potentially really interesting. You've got Luke speaking to the one person who actually can tell him about his father and who he was and how he lived.
They don't
And instead, it's like such generic. I don't even remember what they spoke about. I think the answer is because it's nothing, but like it's so empty.
It's less than generic because they barely talk. They're literally just standing around, just being stoic figures. It's just there to have them standing together for the audience. There's no actual content.
Say like she has a line like at the end of the conversation, it's like, just like your father. It's like,
yes,
you.
And then he gives her the look of like,
his father was like space Hitler. He's like, what are you talking about?
You can't do that. They just skip over it. It's so dumb. Oh man. Yep. Big mistake. Big mistake there.
Yeah, like fuck, I hope she dies. I hope she gets run over. I hope it's the Austin Powers one where she's going stop and the steamroller slowly goes over her and like squishes her. Or what's that? Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yeah.
Final villain, and she's like pencil thin. She's like that.
Star Wars is in a bad spot, folks.
Yeah.
It's pretty much where we're at.
And most of the stuff is Dave Filoni's creation, and now he's been put in charge of making more shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he'll take any inspiration from how well received Andor is? Like, does he have any integrity at all?
That was sort of the hope and the fear, is that I imagine that they will look at that and the awards and the recognition it got and say, okay, we should aim for something like a synthesis of those things. I just don't think Dave Filoni's capable of it, even if he wanted to. And that might make it even funnier. Like, oh, Dave, you actually thought this was a serious conversation, didn't you? Oh, Dave, you actually thought this is how galactic politics. Well, oh, God, what are you doing, Dave? Stop it, Dave. You can't be Gilroy. You'll never be Gilroy. You're a retard. So take the hat off and sit down.
Yeah.
Didn't they do politics in Ahsoka where fucking Hera is talking to the council and they're all retarded?
Oh, well, you've already got that problem because Mon Mothma comes. Like, it's such a fucking whiplash already. Mon Mothma, like, you sort of watch it in parallel. You see her in Andor season 1, and like all the shit she's doing, how ruthless she has to be with her own family, how much it's costing her, but how serious she is. And then you jump to Ahsoka season 1. I think we should just disarm. Let's just get rid of the spaceships. What are you talking about? You know there's pirates everywhere and Imperial remnant. No, fuck it, disarm. That's the good thing to do. Fuck you.
Plus, that's how war with the Trade Federation got so bad, because you didn't have an army and the Trade Federation did. That's like this is oh god, I hate them so much.
Yeah. And then you still have to tie it into like the Star Wars sequels where you pick up with the Force Awakens, and it's like the entire New Republic basically just has one very small Starfleet protecting its new capital city and nothing else. And that's Mon Mothma's fault. She did that.
Oh man, TFA will remind me.
Oh,
it's all so broken. It's all so broken, man. It's crazy. And here we are. The future is going to be bright with this stupid cowboy, man.
Yeah. There's a couple of games coming out that I'm sort of looking forward to. There's Zero Company, which is the people who used to make the XCOM games, I think, and they're basically making a Star Wars version of XCOM, and I'm hoping that might actually be good. And then there's the third and I think final one of the Cal Kestis ones. Is that due out? That must be due out soon. I know they're making it.
Fallen Order, and then it was Fallen Sun.
Then Jedi Survivor, and then this
Jedi
one is something, probably Jedi Master or something like that. And it's like, I wouldn't say either of those first two are excellent, but they were kind of enjoyable enough and more interesting than anything Star Wars TV was giving us at the time. So like, I will play that when it comes out, and maybe that will be okay. I think there's another game that I'm forgetting as well. It's in the works, but like the fear is that just goes the same way as everything else in modern Star Wars, is that the games become fucking awful as well. After Outlaws, that's looking more likely. But
well, just the fact that you still have interest in the games is a testament to how interesting the universe and the concept is. It goes beyond the characters, right? Yet they still can't even get that right. It's like, for example, the Predator is dependent on the Predator creature and whatever mission it's on. Star Wars, you can do fucking anything, and people will show up because it's in that universe, and they still can't get it right. It's the ultimate freebie, and we've been struggling to get any good content for a decade now.
Also, you've got the multiple time periods. So you've got Ahsoka in between 7 and 6. Then you've got the fucking Starfighter, which is after 9. And they were talking about doing a Jedi origin story 10,000 years in the past.
Yeah, that's the James Mangold one, which I don't think has been officially shelved.
Oh, but like, that's the thing, you're getting like a bunch of these random shit. Their tactic is throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, I mean, then they tried that with the TV shows, because you had the Mandoverse, which is sort of the old Republic. It's not fucking old Republic, the old the Galactic Empire, and then moving into the Imperial Remnant.
Yeah.
And then you had the Acolyte trying to make the High Republic a thing again, which never was going to work because no. And then you've had not much, to be fair, around the sequel era, because I think Starfighter is the first one that's really set there. But then Ahsoka and Mando sort of cross over a little bit. It is very messy. And then if they do, but if they are moving to Starfighter and going to be doing more in the sequel era, then that would be obviously their excuse to say, right, let's actually do this Rey movie we've been talking about now. Like, finally, we should probably do that at some point.
Yeah, but it's like, what are you going to call the Empire now? So it was the Empire, then it was First Order.
The Second Order. That's pretty much it.
The 19th Order. We just keep going back.
Well, by Rise of Skywalker, it was the Final Order.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, evidently not.
Not quite. The Final Order, ... Not really.
How do you write us
stealing stuff again? It's what they always do, is that they burn all of the shit. It's like, it's not canon anymore. None of the expanded universe stuff is there. Shit, we have no ideas of our own. So let's bring in a bunch of stuff from there. So like, they do there's the Yuzan Vong thing, which comes after like most of it. It's like one of the big final arcs, I think, in the Star Wars expanded universe. I kind of dread the idea that they'll steal from that, but I could see them doing it.
But half-assed, because that's like a galaxy-wide invasion. This one will be about 2 fleets. And they're like, oh no, we have no fleets ourselves. So they take over the galaxy with like 1 ship.
Well, they've been kind of doing that the entire time, just taking little things from the EU and plugging it in. Like even the payoff with Anakin and Kenobi with his mask breaking. Isn't that a scene they ripped off from Ahsoka?
Yeah. So they do that from the mask breakers from Rebels. Yeah, like even the staging of it. So the beginning of that fight is basically staged 1-for-1 for the Darth Maul Obi-Wan fight, I think, at the end of Rebels. And then the mask break thing is 1-for-1 again from an earlier episode of Rebels. They did just steal both of those things, and they're supposed to exist in the same canon and continuity. So well done them.
Ugh.
I like the whole, so you've come to kill me, Obi-Wan. And it's like, you've followed into this planet, you fucking idiot.
You've come to destroy me.
To destroy me. It's honestly one of my favorite quotes of all time.
It's great. He follows him
glorious.
down. It's like, what do you...
And it's one of those ones where you instantly realize what's wrong with this quote. Like, how did they fuck up this bad? Because there's a lot of quotes that would be difficult to fix, but like, he's in a mask, you can ADR anything, you can do anything you want, and they went with that. It's definitely one of the all-time bad quotes.
One of the funny scenes is when he's dragging Obi-Wan through the fire, and then he gets tucked to the other side. I don't know how, I can't remember. But then the stormtroopers are shooting at him, and they're like 3 feet away, and they're missing every shot, and Vader doesn't do anything. And I just kept thinking, he's probably standing there in disbelief going, I can't believe they're not able to hit him. He's 3 feet away.
It's even worse. He can't tell where they're shooting from directly after. They show that he can put the fire out with the Force, and then 5 seconds later, he can't put the fire out with the Force, and he's just trapped. It's like, it's unbelievably broken. And they do it all just to be able to strip Obi-Wan away because we need them to fight again.
And Kathleen Kennedy was talking about that at the time. I remember the quotes. Like it's our fans are gonna love it. It's like when they bring the Undertaker into WWE. It's like it's one of those moments in the culture. It's like, well, is it though? Not sure that's what we should be doing. With no disrespect to extremely gay wrestling fans, but yeah, that's what she said. It's like a peak like WWE matchup.
What a fucking idiot. That's wrong in so many ways. Like if you're doing that as a WWE fan, it's nostalgia baiting. You're bringing back someone in at the right time for the right gig, the right setup, and you get a big pop and it works. But with this, these are two iconic characters. They're not fucking like nostalgia. They're not OG wrestlers or washed up individuals or anything. This is a payoff that should mean something. And this isn't them at like the OT where we already saw their payoff. This is in the middle of their story, literally the middle of it. There's so much more we could have got between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and we make a joke out of it instead. Like, she's so out of touch. It's bad. Has she ever made a statement or had any quote that was like logical and like, oh, that's actually a good point, Kathleen? It seems like everything she says is just fucking her talking out of her ass.
Yeah, I can't think of any single thing she said that isn't that.
Oh, jeez. I think we murdered Cynic with the Star Wars talk, but hey, you picked the slide.
No, I figured you guys could run over a half hour easily.
Slaughter this hour.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2.
What is number 2? I forget. Oh, right. Yeah. One battle after another won Best Picture at the Golden Globes for Best Comedy Musical. It's weird that
it's not a comedy.
Yeah, it's not a musical.
It's a joke. It's not a comedy. It's not a musical. Where the fuck's music? There was no music.
I know, it's so weird that they combine these two genres, but whatever.
That's awful. Yeah, it's a stupid film. It has absolutely nothing to say. It thinks it's way deeper than what it is. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's worst movie by far.
That sucks. He was my favorite director for a long time.
He was good, and then this is just wank. It's fucking awful. Like, it's incoherent. The characters are unlikable. The situation's ridiculous. Like Sean Penn is like some weird fucking guy who's going, I love black girls every 5 seconds. That's the problem. It's like it's trying to be funny, but also very serious, and it doesn't know when to switch between them. Like, the comedic moments are like the main character's motivation, and that sucks. Like, he joins, I think I said this before, he joins the Christmas Adventure Club, and they're cartoonishly bad, but they're also like the main villains of the film, so it doesn't really work. So they all go, Hail Saint Nick, and we want a pure Aryan America, but then 5 seconds later they're complaining that they don't have enough brown workers. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? Are you racist or are you not racist? Yeah, the whole movie sucks. Like, that little girl with the gun there on the bottom left, There's a scene earlier on with a mother when she's heavily pregnant, shooting guns as well, and it's just embarrassing.
Ugh. They gotta stop doing that. I think one of the worst ones I saw was Thor's pregnant mother running into battle. You remember that shit?
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, or was it with the baby? I can't even remember. It was fucking stupid, but it's a trope that needs to die for sure.
Yeah, the film just sucks. Like, it's basically Antifa or like this covert, like, fucking militant group, and they have all these codes. Like, they somehow know the military are coming because, you know, they have such an information network, such a wide-spanning one, and like they won't pick up Leonardo DiCaprio until he says the code phrase and went, "This is all LARPers. That's what you are. None of this is real. Antifa are just a gang of assholes. They're not actually like this fucking militant group that are going to liberate, which they do. They liberate an immigration camp from American soldiers. American soldiers would just gun them down."
I have to finally watch this, I guess.
Oh,
So-
it's awful.
You're telling me it is not worthy of winning Best Picture?
It's worthy of what? Not even worthy of wiping my ass with.
Damn.
But why do you think it won for all the social commentary stuff?
Oh, they love it. They absolutely love the just
Yeah, they ate it up.
propaganda it is. Yeah, it's so shit. It's boring as well, more than anything. It's too unfunny to be a comedy, and it's too ridiculous to be a serious drama. It's the worst of everything. Like, he goes, "I'm going to take her to hide in a nunnery full of women that smoke weed and shoot guns," and then it goes nowhere. Oh, it's such a waste of fucking time. Don't watch it anyway. That's my recommendation.
Yeah, it looks like
All
shit. I feel like Leo stopped trying after he got his Oscar as well. He's good. Just
He got more
He's all
political.
set.
Like,
Career
Yeah, what-
legacy defined.
yeah.
yeah, he got Revenant, and then he's just been making fucking propaganda pieces. Like, remember,
Yes.
was it Don't Look Up, the fucking asteroid movie?
Yeah.
It's a very on the nose of people aren't paying attention. It's like, fuck off, Leo. Then that water company he was doing in Africa, and then that went nowhere. That's Leo. That's what he is. He's a virtue signal. That's all he's become.
Yeah, at some point, they make that transition. They stop trying, especially after he's already achieved so much, and it becomes much more about just what message can I get across with this platform.
Well, they all do it. Like, everyone gets to, like, I don't know, except for like Kurt Russell, who's still based. He
Yes.
goes like, "Oh, I'm a clown. I'm never gonna not be a clown. I'm an actor." Where's the-
Stallone's still cool.
Stallone's still
Thanks.
cool. You get some of them, but like you get like even Dave Chappelle starting to do it, where he's getting more preachy
Yeah,
and
he
like,
is.
I've got a voice that I need. Nobody gives a fuck. You're a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But to be fair, I would rather, like, if you're gonna do the activist thing, at least you have being a comedian is a better platform for it because you can still get some jokes out of it versus making media where your 90% of your goal is just to push a message and like there's no story there whatsoever. There's a little bit more potential with comedy, but either way, it's still pretty annoying.
Was Revenant a pity Oscar?
It's the whole film. Yeah. Can't have him perform like that and not give him something.
It did feel like they were just giving it to him because they had to, because they've denied him every other Oscar. It literally did feel like a pity Oscar. What else was out that year?
What year was that?
2015.
Fuck me, I don't remember that far back.
Well, 2016 is the one everyone remembers because that's like D-Day. You had Ghostbusters 2016, and that's when everything went to shit. That's like 1939.
Yeah.
It's the day of World War II.
Whiplash and Ghostbusters 2015. Those were the two that they changed the whole world, man.
Other competing films were Whiplash, The Theory of Everything.
Whiplash should have won.
Whiplash is good.
Birdman.
Whiplash is phenomenal.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
I'm still salty over. Was it Chicago that beat Fellowship, or whichever one beat Fellowship? And all three of them bitches should have won, but I think it was Chicago specifically that beat Fellowship, and that's some bullshit.
Yeah, like it basically when Return the King came round, nobody could deny.
Yeah,
those
everyone's like,
films.
"Shut the fuck up! Give us all 11 just to make up for it."
But then the bad thing is you had Master and Commander come out. So like one film that's actually amazing come out on The Return of the King.
Yeah,
it's like, my pick. Oh God.
It's my pick for the most underrated movie of all time because it's phenomenal, but so many people don't appreciate it because it came out like in the same time as one of the all-time great movies. Like it's Return of the King. That's just such a shame. I feel so bad for Master and Commander.
God, I hate Leo. At least I will say he's right with girlfriends. He gets a girlfriend, and like when she gets to 25, he dumps her and gets a younger model. I'm like,
so
100% correct. He's not in any problems. Like I said this before. Like Ewan McGregor's wife, she takes half of all Star Wars earnings from now on, even though he's not married to the bitch anymore. Just
this
because
is why prenups are important.
Oh, did he work though? Try and get your wife to sign a prenup. You'll fucking throw acid in your face.
Well, according to All's Fair, you can sign a prenup and you're still fucked. So maybe it's not worth it.
Dang, what did I miss?
How is that not like a long conversation before you even consider marriage or anything? Like if after everything you established, because every time I hear about an athlete getting fucked over because they didn't sign a prenup, I'm like, are you fucking stupid, bro? Like, what are you doing?
No,
this should
what
just
the
be
woman
established
does
by now.
The woman goes, okay, but secretly she's planning not to. She's hoping to wear him down. She'll say yeah, but then 2 years down the line, she'll grind down his self-esteem until it's
the long
nothing.
game.
Yeah. So what was that All's Fair? Like, I didn't watch all of it. Like, it gets worse, and then she steals people's sperm.
That's where I clocked out, I think. So I didn't see the end of it, but she does indeed. Well, she steals the fertilized eggs and then implants them without his permission and forges his signature. And it doesn't work, right? Don't they fail?
Yeah, they fail, and she admits it in front of a judge, and he ends up apologizing to her because he feels bad for her.
Crazy. Is there a single moment of self-awareness in the show? Is there even
absolutely
anything?
Not? No. Well, there are a couple lines where they're like, men have feelings too.
Yeah, like sometimes they'll have one character that has a brain where the audience could be like, yeah, but the rest of the show doesn't even agree with him, that type of thing.
Yeah, everyone was just like, shut the fuck up in response to him saying that.
Dang.
And that was the show.
Fuck, I hate when that shit happens.
I like the way the lawyers and their main thing is not to do any actual lawfare. It's to like blackmail people. It's just crime. Oh God! Fucking what a piece of shit.
If you ever watch a proper law show or even film, it's just that show's embarrassing, man. They skipped all the interesting aspects of building a law firm and just went right to the rich highlights. It's a joke. Crazy feminist fantasy nonsense.
Isn't it the most watched show on Hulu? Like everyone's it's gonna get a season 2. It's gonna get about 9 seasons.
Because you don't have to think. There's people like us that are gonna watch it and be like, "Oh my god, the spectacle!" And then there's people that are actually dumb enough to eat that stuff up, and they don't want to go through the technical aspect of them. Like, what if the first 3 episodes was them actually trying to open their firm rather than skipping to it in the first 3 minutes, right? And a lot of people want to sit through that. They want to see Kim Kardashian living her best life and divorcing her young boyfriend or whatever the fuck happened in episode 1. It's such a terrible show. It's so bad.
In other news, Ryan Coogler gave a little speech for Sinners. Did this deserve anything?
No. I think at best, Sinners does very well with costume and set design. A case can be made for and music. Like a case can be made for music, but I like this adolescence and one battle after the other or another are just sweeping at every awards show.
See that? Yeah.
Sinners is extremely overrated. It had a nice vibe to it. There's something there. I can totally see people liking it, but I don't. What is the value in rewatching that movie? There's just not much there. I thought it was pretty dumb. I just think Michael B. Jordan did a good job. That's about it.
Also, like I watched Adolescence again, and the message of it. Well, because the message of it is actually the opposite, because it's supposed to be about toxic masculinity. But what really happens is this boy is bullied by a girl, non-stop bullied by a girl. He tells her to stop, threatens her with a knife. She says no, pushes him to the ground, so he stabs her in return. So she bullies him online non-stop, physically assaults him. He then stabs her. And then he goes to this fucking bitch woman on the bottom right who psychologically tortures him until a confession. She's going, do you hate women? He goes, no. He goes, I bet you hate women, don't you? And it's like, you fucking bitch.
And then you're supposed to feel bad for her at the end of that episode too. Because he finally
starts kicking off. Yeah. She's non-stop going, do you do this and do you do like get into his fucking head? And he's like, do you watch Andrew Tate? He goes, no, I don't watch Andrew Tate. He goes, do you hate women, do you? And he just goes, fuck off. That's literally it.
So awful.
It's the opposite of what it actually preaches. It's a dog shit show. It's dog shit propaganda.
It is, yeah. Propaganda through and through. I think the only worthy thing to talk about is the style they filmed it, because for the most part, there's a lot of just like upwards of 45-minute continuous shots. That's quite impressive to carry a story through. But yeah, this is just like, how do we stop boys from being boys to ensure a safer world in our very narrow and misguided view of how dangerous things really are?
And didn't the writer and director say that they got the idea from a newspaper article or like something that had happened recently, and it was actually like migrants that attacked like girls?
It was this. It was a black lad stabbing a black girl, and so they went, let's cast a white kid as the role. And then I noticed in the school episodes, there's a white kid bullying a black kid, which literally doesn't play into the story at all. He's just like, oh, he throws a pencil at this black kid. And I went, okay, that's really on the nose. But like, it also has nothing to say. Like, he goes, the schools don't care. And that's it. That's episode 2. There's no story. There's no, like, they don't actually try and solve the problem. Because the problem is, migrants and migrant kids are stabbing each other and stabbing other people, but we're changing that into white kids are doing it, but we can't actually solve the problem, or so we have to make shallow commentary on everything, like schools are bad or online's bad, but it doesn't say.
It's mostly online's bad as well, because like with schools are bad, it's only in the sense that can be very easily translated into, well, schools need to be more aware of this phenomenon that is online, and they need more help to deal with it. And then you get stories like has happened, I think, last week, where schools have developed, I hesitate to use the word a video game, though that is how it's been reported, where kids between the age of 11 and 18 are made to play a thing where they're told, oh, your main character has voiced concerns about immigration, so he's been referred to the counter-terrorist police.
What?
Shit.
Oh, I'll try and find the game. It's so funny. Yeah, basically, you get a choice. It's like, Tom is getting a video about his country being taken away. Do you watch the video or do you tell parents? And it's like, or do you download it? I'm not fucking downloading the video from a stranger. Who downloads video? This is so out of date.
Yeah. It's also the kind of thing that would have made me way more likely to go around stabbing people, because I hate this kind of shit. I remember there was one talk we had in school when like we were in our last year of sixth form, so we were like 17, 18, and they brought in a girl who was 15? I think she was 15, maybe it just turned 16, to talk to us about the dangers of teenage pregnancy because she was already pregnant. And I actually, I said, I'd sort of given up on being popular with teachers by this point. Because fucking, so in this packed lecture hall with all of the kids in our class, I said, do you not think the fact that you as a 15-year-old are talking to us about the dangers of teenage pregnancy means that we're doing this at least 3 years too late? Got a massive round of applause, and then was hauled out by teachers who didn't like the fact that I'd embarrassed her. But it's like, that's not trying to embarrass her, it's trying to embarrass you. This is fucking embarrassing, and it's retarded, and it's demeaning, and everyone is too intelligent for it. And at least we weren't made to play this damn video game. That would have been worse.
Well, what's quite funny, it's called Pathways, and there's a purple-haired girl who keeps, I think the lad's called Charlie or something, and she keeps going, hey, Charlie, the reason why you can't get a job is become immigrants. And then everyone now online is I think her name's Amelia. Everyone's doing pictures of her, and she's now becoming like Pepe the Frog. She's now becoming like, everyone's going, she's awesome. She's the girlfriend I want. She's super racist, and I like it. but like I'll try and get a picture of it. It's just dog shit, and that's what adolescents did as well. Adolescents was saying like, we manufacture this, and now we've got counter anti-feminist or pro-feminist. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, it's pro-feminist propaganda we're going to put into schools. Do you know what this is? It's them creating propaganda so the government funding propaganda so it can justify a fucking measure they put into school.
Yep, and that was the really unfortunate thing about it, because whatever its artistic qualities, and I think it does have several. And I think the kid was a really good actor. He's won a few awards for that, which I think it deserved. But like for all, like, it's very hard to just talk about those because it was so obviously not supposed to just be about that. If the government part funds it, which it did, and if on release the government promotes it, which it did, and if the person who wrote it goes on TV saying, yeah, this was designed to change government policy, which he did, and then the government says, oh, it's a documentary, by the way, and we're going to talk about it in Parliament, we're going to make people in schools watch it, we're going to use this to back all of our campaigns against, in favor of online safety acts, in favor of banning kids from social media at 16, in favor of all these things we already wanted to do, then it does look like exactly what it is, which is well made, well performed, pretty well written in large part, but nevertheless propaganda, which is the most dangerous kind of propaganda there is.
There's like a still image I'll put in the Discord of just like just one of the characters. It's so fucking ridiculous. I'll try and find the one where she's like, they got that girl and she's nudging you going, they're taking our jobs. It's like super.
Wait, what? This is Is this a mandatory thing that kids have to do?
So in some schools, I think in Yorkshire at the moment, it's mandatory that they have to do it. I don't believe it's nationwide yet, but that was probably what they intended it to be.
Poor kids.
But it's like
all
that's
the shit that's probably getting shoved down their throat nowadays, rather than the basics and essentials.
Oh, I'd be so much more racist and sexist and everything if I had to go through this.
I would be.
Yeah.
My teachers would, they already did, but they'd fucking hate me now if I had to deal with this fucking bullshit. I couldn't take that crap.
But it's like, but they always do stuff. So there was a thing, the story only came out, I think, late last year, but it said like it happened a few years prior, and they just not reported it because it was extremely embarrassing all round. But the government had spent like a few £1 million creating a Muslim pop group to go around schools in the north of England rapping about how you shouldn't blow yourself up. And it's like,
what?
Yeah,
oh my God.
This is what they consider youth outrage. It's like, this would make me more likely to blow myself up. Like, it's so out of touch, and it's preachy, and kids understand that they're being preached to. And also, if you have to do this, then there's probably a problem that precedes schooling. Like, I don't think you should be spending millions of pounds on rap groups telling people not to blow themselves up in streets. And I don't think a rap group is going to solve that problem either, especially considering the people who are likely to blow themselves up don't like music because it's haram. So no, stop doing all of this, but they will carry on doing it and carry on doing it.
I think out of touch is the key phrase here, because it seems like every new bit of information or rule or regulation I hear about in the UK, it just seems completely retarded and out of touch.
It is
with just modern society, and just I don't. It's like, it just sounds like, are you kidding me? But then it gets to the point where you can say almost anything is happening in the UK, and I'll believe it now. And it's like, what happened to logic over there?
And this is only the stuff that actually gets reported, because there's so much stuff that just gets buried in government accounts, and occasionally someone will stumble across the fact that we've spent $5 million creating a version of the Spice Girls in Ethiopia to preach the powers of feminism, which we did. British taxpayers' money at work.
I remember seeing in Afghanistan, like, gender studies, like, there's just an alleyway full of thrown out gender studies paper, because in Afghanistan, they obviously don't believe it.
There's a great, I think Roger Scruton did like a documentary on the power, like how art has kind of lost all meaning. And it actually took a camera to a female, like, feminist kind of workshop in Afghanistan during the occupation there, when it was a female lecturer, academic, sociologist type, who was trying to persuade a group of Afghan women who've probably never left the house that this toilet, this urinal, public urinal with graffiti on it, this is art in the West. And it's like, and this is supposed to convince them of our superiority. How? Because I don't think that's obviously not art. And yet, unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that you actually do see installed in major modern art galleries now. It's like, we're kind of fucked on multiple levels.
I'm just trying to play the game now, to be honest. Press start.
Wait, can you actually find the game?
There's a Here's a link to the game.
Oh, thank you so much. I want to get referred to prevent. First test. Does it work on mobile? Ooh.
I don't know. Which character do you want to be? I'll be the boy. Be the episode.
Right. The first thing to know
Charlie
is
was-
that so A, it's not optimized for mobile because it's made by the government. But B, their idea of what a video game is, why is like there's the fucking controller is it's kind of like a SNES controller. This is someone who hasn't touched a video game since 1984 has made this.
You just
got
push
little
next. There's no fucking story. It's just a bunch of interactive scenes. You just
I
click
can't-
next.
wait. How do I
There's
do
a-
that?
I'll try and
Okay.
get
Move. Play.
Charlie's
Press-
been given a video. How should Charlie react? Should I tell a trusted adult that this literally I'll put a picture.
In this game, you will be presented with scenarios that require you to take action.
That's it, yeah.
Like hearing something hateful while gaming, or watching a provocative video on social media.
Oh my god, they would have gotten shred on Xbox Live, man.
Oh, we can play it. Yes.
Hearing
When you
something
play the
hurtful.
alternative options presented,
Let's
you will
let's
use
all
your
get
mouse to
on the
select one
watch
based
list.
on the
There's no
information
news this week.
and
This is
what
this is way more
outcome you
fun.
think this will
Okay,
have.
let's do it.
Fuck.
The choices
choices-
you make will determine the route your character takes. Remember to be aware of getting trapped in risky or harmful situations, as the different choices can lead to situations involving extremism and radicalization.
Oh my god.
Damn.
One thing to note though, this actually has more character and like dynamic responsiveness than Star Wars Outlaws did already, because your choices matter. So that's something. Oh, who did...
Oh, they only have two? How dare they?
Only two genders. Uh-oh.
How dare you?
Well, to be fair, they don't tell you which gender it is. I mean, the thing you've clicked there could be a girl. It just doesn't tell you.
Just a very ugly one.
Oh no, we haven't unlocked
Charlie
level
was
2
enjoying his
racism
online
yet.
game
Shit.
with friends.
You're not racist enough.
Charlie had not long started attending a new college in East Riding, and they were so relieved to have made new friends having recently left school. Charlie has started browsing new games and websites that some of the new
Oh,
friends
no.
use.
Don't click.
Oh, no.
Don't
Oh,
click
boy.
the Andrew Tate video.
Sometimes, though, the people on these websites say things that seem off.
They
even
seem
slightly
off.
concerning.
You cowards, say them. Fucking
Someone
hide
on
behind
this
your emojis.
website has encouraged Charlie to download
What?
a
1,
video.
2, 3, 4,
but
5,
Charlie
6.
is unsure.
Nigger. It's definitely that one.
Who does that?
How
Who
should
just
Charlie
downloads a? No one hits download the video.
No one.
No
It's
one does
just-
it.
Is Charlie retarded? Like, did we skip that part of this fucking video? Like, it's just,
Charlie
come on,
wanted
nobody
to
does this type of
continue
crap.
being part of their new
Then your
online
bar's gone down to
community.
red. You're evil.
You're radicalized.
Damn. I am getting radicalized right now.
Charlie
Downloads the video and the
shared it with
SWAT
his
is going to come in and shoot
friends.
him.
Oh god.
Found something cool. Watch
Charlie
it.
felt relieved and happy that people.
What
were
if the
liking
video was just like
and
about
also sharing
kittens
it.
and like hats or something? That's still
Yeah.
bad. Like,
He's anonymous. That's the problem. It's we've got digital ID coming. Nobody's allowed to have any anonymity in the internet anymore. We're all gonna die.
God, man. I feel so uncomfortable with kids being forced to do these type of things and just put these ideas in their head at such a young age, like all the radicalization and whatnot. Like, you should be able to explore those things on your own, not just brainwash all these kids.
well,
That's why I
there
think
was
media is important. You can kind of learn these things, at your own pace if the story is well done. Not have to be. How is that more of a priority rather than math and science and these things that are essential?
Oh, because those things aren't dangerous, but speech and information and that is dangerous. Like the game sort of presents the worldview, like the ideal worldview. It's got its own version of utopia, I think, because if you get all the way to the end of it and that you get like sent to prevent, or you get rewarded for referring someone to prevent, the image is you sitting there in front of a desk while like an old man takes notes and a nice kindly woman in a burqa tells you how evil you are, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of what they think is great. And again, I think it's just going to make people more annoyed as opposed to less annoyed.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Especially when it's redundant. When a kid, like one of the things that pissed me off as a kid, if someone put me through some stupid shit like that, I'm like, And then within the first 10 seconds, like, oh, is this just a lesson about like being greedy or a lesson about this or that, like something stupid that like I obviously know, and like just being treated like you're stupid rather than just like trusting you to understand these things and have respect for these concepts right off the bat. Like, this just seems like you have no faith in these kids' ability to understand the difference between right and wrong or think critically if you need them to take these type of programs.
Well, I mean, the problem there lies in is that they removed your ability to think critically, because all of us, when we went to grade school, we were at least given the tools to understand the difference. Like I remember our history textbooks, at least here in Ontario, it did tell us like what is propaganda and how do you identify propaganda. That's not included in any textbooks or workbooks or any curriculum in this province anymore. And if you look at kind of what they're teaching, and even just like English, it's not even like how do you identify, say, like themes and subtext and character traits and all of that. It's literally just like read this and then like check off the box that best fits. So it's more just fitting you to, it's turning you into a cog rather than giving you the skills. And you wonder why every kid just wants to become a streamer or some shit, because that's literally the only thing that they're exposed to right now that is telling them not to fit into a box.
Yeah,
multiple choice, no thinking.
It's the self-defeating thing of something like adolescence as well, which was like pointed out at the time. That if you do this incredibly patronizing thing and you shove it in schools and you teach young men in particular that everyone basically thinks that they're budding little rapists and they have to be socialized into civilization, and then you represent, as adolescence does, Andrew Tate as the alternative to this worldview, where do you think more of these kids are going to turn to when they get sick of it? It's like Andrew, I looked at his socials because the government was saying, it periodically says, oh yeah, Andrew Tate is growing in popularity and that's why we need to crack down on Twitter. And it's like, he hasn't actually grown in popularity for ages. He's just there. And obviously he just got cucked in a fight against like a social media guy, which is really funny. And so he's not going to get any more popular. But it's quite possible at this point, his numbers are being sustained by government propaganda, kind of saying, hey, you should all go watch his videos.
100%. That's why Joker made $1 billion from everyone being pussies and like thinking everyone's gonna get murdered by just stepping foot in the theater. It's that the people freaking out and the overreactions, and then this is what gets people interested, right?
Yeah,
like you're completely right. Andrew Tate's the sustainability of his fan base is based on people hating on him. And
he's a meme.
People
just watch him to react to him at this point. Nobody actually listens to Andrew Tate, especially after the whole, the sex scandal with the webcam stuff became more well known about him. No one takes him seriously.
No.
What really did him in was that fight, though.
Yeah, he's done now. It's a wrap. Like, I'm not even a big Tate guy, but I just know the fight game. If your reputation is based on you're the man's man, you can beat anybody, and then you fight like that, you don't even go out on your shield. You get clipped up by a guy who's like the worst boxer I've ever seen in my life. He's absolutely done. There's no salvaging that. There's just nothing.
Nah.
Like Jake Paul is in a way better position than he is now, because at least Jake can I respect Jake's chin. I can give him that. He's got a hell of a chin, even though he's a piece of shit.
Well, not anymore, he doesn't, but yes, he does.
It's true. He had a good chin.
I've still played that game. Look at the Discord. Look where level 5 gets you if you go to a protest.
What if they automatically refer you to prevent if you hit level 5?
It's just...
Fuck that.
I'm actually looking forward to playing this.
I hate this shit. I hate this idea that young men are being told that they are toxic masculinity is inherently toxic. You are an incel in training and you need to be suppressed before you even get started. I fucking hate that. I would have rejected that shit and told everyone to fuck off completely. Like, it's just, this isn't the way to do it.
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. In order to get this screenshot, did you have to pick a specific side of the protest, or just being part of a protest group in general was bad?
Well, it goes number 5. You meet this girl. I mean, the teachers are basically ostracized me because it goes, hey, the brown girl next to you got 80 and she immediately got a job offer from college. And even though I only got 65, despite thinking I got higher, the girl next to me goes, hey, that's because, you're being discriminated against. I then voice it to the teachers, and the teacher goes, you're going to be ostracized from the class and sit alone. Because you just said this test is bullshit.
What?
And as if it's like the whole news about all the affirmative action policies and all of the way that results are actually skewed. And we know they're skewed because you've seen the fucking documents from colleges skewing them, and Students for Fair Admissions v. Harvard proved all of this. It just happened to other people. So yeah, now if you complain that there may perhaps be some skewing going on for job offers on diversity and DEI grounds, no, you have to be ostracized again. And it's so behind the times. It is so stuck in like 2010.
Oh, I think I completed it, and this
Oh, well
is this is the final picture. I've been referred.
Hang on, I'll pull that up.
Basically, I basically was referred to Prevent, which is basically a one-on-one. Like some guy goes and watches it. You're basically on a terror watch list.
Bruh.
Where is it? Where's the next thing? Yeah, basically, I'm constantly just. Oh wait, where's the picture? I keep taking pictures of it. It's so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that's basically you basically get put on a government watch list and then assigned a handler, and that's how it ends.
And how young are they being exposed to this? Like, is this where we're talking elementary
11
school?
to 18.
Wow.
Wow.
And as someone
the
in
thing
chat
is-
has pointed out, the government is very keen that kids are being taught how to do this. However, they are not actually very keen on anyone in government learning how to spell, because that final screen cap there says Charlie was preferred to Prevent and Channel,
Yeah.
not referred. So well done. Priorities are in order.
Education at its
Illiterate
finest.
Jeez. Because I remember seeing those little "Be a Good Kid" books where each book will have some little story and there's a theme at the end about like, and it's like either
The
clean your
lesson
room or the lesson learned type of thing.
Mhm.
And I remember just like, are you like what? Get this shit out of here! Give me a fucking proper movie, because like I grew up on watching actual films, so getting handed this kiddie stuff always disgusted me. And you saw
What?
kids that grew up on that and they were fucking morons. It's like being introduced to media as a kid was like a superpower compared to all the other idiots who were only allowed to watch cartoons and read their be a good kid books. Like it was insane.
I mean, there
But
was like
this,
a
this
nice
on crack.
Yeah, there was like a nice variance when we were younger, because I
Hmm.
remember like the books that we all were reading in like first, second, third grade, they were at least
Books.
interesting, but they had like a they still had a good lesson. Like I remember the Junie B. Jones like series, because I really liked those as a young girl.
Mhm.
And there was always like a good lesson in there at the end, and it was fun to see like what Junie went through in order to learn it. So but I went to a private school, so maybe that's why I didn't get the straight
Ooh.
like
Look
Oh,
at
I
you.
know.
Yeah, fucking, you can't compare that. His shitty ass teachers I had. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god, they're fucking terrible. They're all burnt out, just waiting for their paycheck. Just Canadian
Like,
school system just failure, straight up.
Oh yeah, in my school, a girl got spit roasted in the woods nearby during lessons.
What?
You know. Oh yes, like the video went everywhere. I mean, one of the lads couldn't perform. Felt kind of bad for him, but you know, he got shy. But there was 3 lads there. One lad couldn't get a boner, and the other 2 spit roasted her from
Wait,
both
are
ends.
you saying that someone online sent you a video and you hit download and you
I
just shared it?
downloaded.
You should be
We all
preferred to
Check
Prevent.
this out. I got this cool video.
This girl getting getting spit roasted in the woods. I went, well, I'm obviously watching that. I mean, that appeals
Jeez.
directly to me. I mean, that was she didn't go to school the day afterwards. I mean, I'm not
download
surprised.
Understand why? Yeah.
She wanted to wait a day or two. She did come back, and then everyone pretended like she hadn't done it.
You reminded me of this guy I went to high school with, JC. He's a cool dude. No one had an issue with him. And then he like jerked off on webcam, and these girls like recorded it and sent it around the entire school. Like I'd never seen someone's reputation literally just nosedive like that. Nobody would talk to him. He was like a fucking, what's the word? He had the plague, and they eventually had to move schools. Like it was legit.
Oh,
But
Wow.
that is unironically that is a use case for like you probably should be teaching kids not to distribute and share videos like that, or make them, or indeed get spit roasted in the woods, because you shouldn't be doing that as a kid. Like that's actually useful stuff, not the stuff that they actually get taught not to do. Like and most of it can be fixed by a bit of bullying. Like it doesn't really need the government. I mean, my school didn't have. Well, what did we have? Like we did have a joke at like my upper school that the creche for the kids was for the kids of the kids, not for the kids of the teachers, because it was. Because like the two of the girls in my year, I think, who got pregnant at 16 were two of the girls who were also in my middle school, and like they had stolen money from a charity box for a charity campaign. But so like they were just shit anyway, and everyone knew they were shit. But the headmaster's response in middle school was great, because he hauled them in front of the entire school in an assembly and read them letters that other students had written about how awful and shit they were, and then they were put in isolation for basically an entire year, so they didn't see anyone. And it didn't really change them, but it kept them out of the school. And more importantly, it taught everybody else a lesson in what to do and what not to do. Don't steal money from charity. It's not very good. And don't fucking film sex tapes. Like, that's useful stuff to have for kids. But we aren't really getting much of that teaching at the moment, I don't think.
Well, especially how permanent it is. Like, it's something people do in the heat of the moment, and like they're trying to like capture it just capture something, and then it just ends up destroying your life because you do it with the wrong person. You should just not record it in the first place. Or if that's something you and your partner want to do, that's one thing. But doing it in a manner where, like, I don't know, there's so many fucking ways you can just screw yourself over.
The easiest way of
all
doing
comes
it
down to just think. Use your brain, people.
Use your brain, or maybe just say, "Hey, I run a school. Hypothetically, I'm a responsible head of a school. I'm just going to ban smartphones from school because they shouldn't be in school anyway. Why do they have them? They don't need them." That's one way of solving a problem, at least on school premises.
I can't imagine what it would be like. I can't imagine what it'd have been like to be in middle school or high school with a smartphone. It's probably an absolute disaster now. You're right. It sucks, but you kind of have to take those things. You can't have a fucking classroom where every kid is connected to TikTok at all times.
But they came in when I was in school, and teachers would just, like, if they saw you using them, they just confiscate them, and you wouldn't have them back all day. And it's like, when did that stop being a thing?
It's because
but I would never have seen. I would never have seen that girl get spit roasted if we didn't have schools. I mean, this is I would have missed out on the glory of that. I also
if we didn't have schools.
Oh, schools, yeah. That's what I did in school. I didn't learn anything. I just watched horrific sex acts going on. I do know people, speaking of that jerking off on camera, I do know people who would pretend to be women. I actually was there for one of them. They did this every Friday. They would pretend to be a woman on MSN and get guys to show the penises online. And then they would turn the camera on, and it'd be a bunch of us going, "Wait," like that.
Just laughing and laughing. I've legit seen those. It's so bad, man. But it's taking it. Oh my God. It happens so quick. They think they're fucking gonna get laid later this week or something. And then a bunch of guys are pointing at them laughing and shit.
Isn't it the South Park episode where Cartman goes online looking for new friends, and he goes to one of those dodgy chat websites, and the guy says, "I've got 8 inches," and Cartman says, "Sorry, I can't be friends with midgets," and then just logs out.
Oh my God, man.
Did get one girl to flash herself, but that was it. Way harder with girls. Much harder to get them to show the tits. Lads, you get loads of them to show you dicks. I mean, that's easy.
The girls that would flash you on webcam were the coolest chicks. They were always fucking cool as out, man. Hard to find, but definitely cool chicks. I don't know what it is about Sebastian or Two-Face's disgusting face that somehow turned this topic to like sex.
It was there long before he showed up.
But for what it's worth, I think this is awesome casting and a great way to salvage the rest of this dude's career. If Marvel is gonna shit in your mouth and make you eat it, then go over to DC, bro. Fuck it. Let's do something with this dude.
In his defense, his career wasn't dead. He's had a very good career despite Marvel shitting on him. He's had some great roles.
What has he done outside of this? I always see him in random stuff, just like in the corner.
So he did I, Tonya with Margot Robbie. He was great in that. There was I can't remember. There was a dancing movie. It came out like
Didn't he play Trump?
Years ago. He did play Trump in a biopic as well. Like he's
gotten this motherfucker playing Luke Skywalker. He's the only one who like looks like a young Luke. He could do it. It's right there. I think he's one of the most wasted actors of the last 10 years that people don't talk about enough, in my opinion.
I would say he's underappreciated for sure, but I don't think he's being wasted because he's still getting roles that actually like show off his talent. He did the Pam and Tommy series too. He played Tommy in that, and he was fucking awesome. So
I guess
like,
I'm too ignorant to his role, so I'll rephrase it as underappreciated. I think that's a better way to put it.
yeah, I think underappreciated is a better way to say it. But like, yeah, he's been fine despite whatever Marvel did to him, and he's doing way better than Chris Evans.
Fassbender and Idris Elba, those guys are being wasted. I stand by that. They're in like the
Fassbender
cavalry.
for sure. Yeah.
Fassbender is so wasted. He's so good.
Mhm. Yeah, this is great casting. I'm
really,
totally
really
on
strong.
board with this. Yep.
And isn't it
Bang.
refreshing? Isn't it refreshing when we have solid cast and we're like, every aspect of this works? I can't wait to see what he does with the character and how he can make it his own. Versus Bella Ramsey being a fucking sack of potatoes, and we're all like, what the fuck is that? Like, what are you doing? It's so much better, and everyone's on board. You just get the thumbs up from the entire world rather than creating chaos.
She reminds me of those goats that like smash heads together. Those rams, because she's got such a big forehead.
Wasn't there someone else really big that was just cast in the Batman Part 2?
Scarlet,
I feel like
right?
there was a ton of like casting news that came out
ScarJo?
recently.
I think.
Yeah, I think Scarlet.
Is she
Johansson.
confirmed?
I don't know. Is Catwoman coming back?
No.
Well, she appears if you search for Batman Part 2 casting.
Oh yeah,
She's
she's
there.
come on board. Yep.
So, yeah.
Barry Keogh, who played the Joker in that little like after credit scene or whatever, he's
That
apparently
sucked.
confirmed to come back.
No, we've had no.
Too many. I'm
many.
done with Joker.
I can't believe they pulled off 2 that were good. Like after all the iconic ones we've already had, we've had Heath Ledger's one and Joaquin Phoenix Joker. The fact that both of those worked without like stepping on each other's shoes is a fucking miracle. I never need to see Joker on screen ever again. Let's move on. He's got so many other people to play with.
Yeah, like this one feels this Joker is more edgier than Heath Ledger. That seems to be the only direction.
That's all they can do. And we don't need more. I think let's get ScarJo half naked as Poison Ivy. Let's get
let's do that.
Like Mr. Freeze that actually works. Bring back Arnie even. Let him try again. Like anything. I'm just so much more interested in the Batman 2 than ever seeing another James Gunn project.
When is it coming out? Is it even
2035?
Oh, great. So not too long to wait.
It's confirmed for 2027.
Okay.
Christ.
He's also confirmed for 26 and 25.
Well, yes, that's true, but they did confirm when filming is going to start, at least for this one. So, which I think it's May or June of this year that they're going to start filming.
So Amelia just reminded me. She says Pedro going to be in it. Is this going to be another year of Pedro being in every other piece of media, or is that just going to die off? Was that like a 1 year thing? I don't think that's sustainable. I'm actually curious because that's something we should actually track now. I think the Pedro phenomenon has probably come to an end now. It's going to slow down.
Hold on, let's see what he's coming.
Well,
he's got coming up.
Well, that's what happens with like Jennifer Lawrence. She was everywhere and then she just disappears. I think the problem is when they get into more and more stuff, the price goes up.
Yes,
they want more money, and then people don't want to hire them as much, and then they just crash out.
So he's got 2 films that I don't know. Well, one of them is about 2 gay men falling in love, and then the other one is a musician, and then he's got 2 Mandalorian things coming up, and then the Avengers movies. That's it.
That's a lot.
He's still got a bit of life in them.
I mean, those are just most of those are contractual obligations, right? Because it says for Mandalorian, he's only got 1 episode coming up in the next season on IMDb, at least.
I can't believe Jennifer Lawrence is only 35. I mean, Jesus Christ, like she's sped through her career that quick. She was like 20 and she was everywhere.
She got started at 16. That was her first role. Winter's Bone, I think, was the movie. She wasn't 18 yet. I remember when
Harvey Weinstein's dick. Because those pictures came out and she looked like a Polly Jackson Peyton. I mean,
there were some weird poses in there.
Who's a better actress, her or Zendaya?
Her, for sure.
Yeah, she's better than Zendaya.
She can at least act.
No, it was a genuine question. I just think
she has more than one facial expression. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Zendaya has the I've smelt a fart kind of look on everything.
She has 2 seconds after getting a whiff. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, what do you think's her best performance? Was it Homecoming? Smug MJ?
It's the same in everything. She's the
It's
same
really
in
hard
everything.
to. It's hard to split them
It
apart.
really is hard.
It might have been Homecoming. I mean, I can't say I've seen many. I don't go looking for her movies. She was in that tennis thing where she was important as a character. I didn't see it though, but I imagine she had to do some acting.
She ruined Dune.
She did.
Yeah, she sucked in Dune. Like a little
Euphoria's
child
the big
running
one.
around. She was so annoying.
So what's in Euphoria? She's just a boring drug addict. So
Pretty much,
herself.
yeah.
Do you think her role in Dune almost took away from Charlamagne's performance? I feel like I like his character less through association with her. It just seemed like it lowered the overall quality of the film.
I agree.
It definitely lowered the overall quality, but it made me slightly more impressed with him because it must be incredibly hard to act against that. It's
that's
like
a good point.
you could have replaced her
Nothing.
with a rock and
Yeah,
asked him to do it. It's,
that's
Yeah,
a
you
good
could
point.
have drawn a smiley face into a piece of wood
Yes.
and got more
Just carved it in.
expressions.
Oh my god.
In other news,
In other news, this will be the final topic for the day. This is what
Yeah,
happened to
what is this?
Katie. Is the tagline
What happened
for
to
the movie.
Riley?
who took Riley Brennan is now what happened to Katie.
Shelby,
I said in the Discord that who took Riley Brennan is a way better little tagline. That should have been the title of that movie. What happened to Katie is awful. Because it could, I don't know, who is Katie? Anything could have happened to Katie.
so the director in an interview said that this movie is 1 part Poltergeist and 1 part Seven.
Oh
yeah,
god.
good luck with that.
Okay.
I don't
Good
know
luck.
how you mix those two because the tones are so completely different.
Yeah, and this is the one that James Wan walked out of, apparently, right?
Yeah, so like the test screening was so bad for this that James Wan walked out of it.
That's amazing.
Ooh.
The guy that made Malignant walked out of this.
Like, I had never even heard it. So like the Mummy I know is the good Mummy films, and then there was the Mummy with
Tom
the
Cruise.
Dark Universe with Tom Cruise.
Alex
I'm
Kidd,
assuming
yeah.
this is something which is totally different from both of those things. What is
They're-
this?
Yeah.
They're all based on the same IP. It's just been different takes. That's all. So they're all based on that. What was it, 1931 or 32? The original one came out. They like even the Brendan Fraser ones were originally supposed to be that, and it took like 5 years of scripting before Stephen Sommers presented his version, and the studio took a risk on it, and it ended up being hugely successful. But yeah, they've all been the same variation of the same tale.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, like the trailer tries to copy like 28 years later with like the radio talking and shit and just abstract shit going on.
Covers
It's just
everything. I've been thinking of like 12 different films in there, like so many just generic horror imagery, but with the same type of rising tone that 28 years later did, but a way shittier version of it.
Yeah, it's like image cut to black, image cut to black, and that's basically it. Yeah, the trailer looks incredibly boring and generic.
Mm-hmm.
There was allegedly a full plot breakdown that leaked onto Twitter. I shared the link earlier in the private chat, but it's like they're going with some dumb cult angle. It doesn't sound very interesting at all.
Katie goes for a walk and meets a strange woman who gives her a chocolate bar. Well, that's what we know what happened to Katie. She got a chocolate bar.
There you go.
Jackson.
Problem solved. Doesn't sound like a very interesting movie, but
But it's interesting though, like between like Indiana Jones and the original Mummy, it's a concept that people do love, like these adventure films, and like it's almost nostalgic if you do them right. I think this premise could work, but based on the trailer, looks like shit. Because if we can get another Indiana Jones or a proper Mummy film, people would eat that up. But
Well, this
I don't
isn't
know
an
if this
adventure.
looks like
This is just a horror.
yeah, that's
just
what I
a-
mean. This doesn't look. If we're using the Mummy IP, shouldn't use it for this. I think that's the point I'm trying to make.
So here's an excerpt from that plot leak. The father is informed about this. Meanwhile, increasingly strange things happen in the house. Katie infects her younger sister by licking her foot.
right.
Oh my god!
Now there's 2 possessed girls in the house, but the father discovers in time that the cult chanted certain words to transfer the mummy's consciousness to the vessel, Katie. Oh, to the vessel. Katie, meanwhile, eats a scorpion, which cuts her throat and vocal cords from the inside.
Oh, that's what that clip was. It was a big ass scorpion as they were
Yeah.
showing. Okay, this movie's dumb. It's pretty much that's my conclusion. I still think it'll be better than Shelby Oaks, though. Like the bar is just too low.
Where'd you get a scorpion from? Where the fuck? Where'd she go shopping?
The Mummy had a scorpion, I guess. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I know. Why would you bother with this when we were getting the Brendan Fraser sequel Mummy coming out next year? I think it is.
That's so strange. Bad timing, or maybe this was already the wheels were already in motion, and they just like they're probably like kicking themselves, like fuck.
It's just, but even then, it's like after the Tom Cruise one, you kind of know what's cemented the image for this specific IP. So why even bother? Go with a different name, if anything. Stop going with the Mummy. Every time you use the Mummy, people only think of the Fraser films, and those were the funnest and best ones.
Yeah, you're not going to top those. And
exactly,
you're right, but they want the brand recognition, but it doesn't seem
the brand is tarnished though.
Yeah, completely.
That's
what
the
do you
problem.
even do with this? Yeah, just complete rebrand and try to actually get a proper script within that realm. But yeah, name recognition.
Also, why isn't this taking place in Egypt if it's about a mummy?
Cheap.
No.
I don't care about a mummy story in current day, whatever. Like,
well, you can't have like girls there because, like, if girls run around, you have the Egyptian police going, "Shut up, hooah." So, like, it doesn't really work with a female protagonist.
Are we gonna get a Scorpion King cameo? Is he making his comeback? Can we retry the CGI? We can do it. We have the technology. We can do it.
I remember that The Rock's first movie, over and over again, and that was this fucking CGI abomination.
He's such a weird one. The decision he made with his career, because he actually had a couple that I think were okay in the beginning, like The Rundown and like the gangster movie he was in with John Travolta. He was fun. He showed some talent, and then he just put his career on pause for like 15 years to make shitty, generic Disney movies where he's just wearing that gray
That's where
shirt.
he built his fortune, though.
Yeah, that's it.
He's rich because
he built his fortune, but he destroyed his legacy completely at the same time. Like that one shot where it showed him in the gray shirt, the camel shirt, and it's from 4 different movies. That I think that ruined his whole career. Once you really realize, oh shit, yeah, he just does do the same thing all the time.
I don't think he really cares. Like, I've always just gotten the impression
he
that
does.
He does.
The smashing machine means he does.
Thank you. The fact that he's willing to do the smashing machine and actually want to make these changes means that he did care. It wasn't just about money for him. And
I forgot that movie existed.
if you know him from the 90s, you know
so did
his
everyone.
Ego. Oh yeah, everyone. You know The Rock has a gigantic ego if you know him from wrestling. This isn't what he wants for himself in terms of being just that meme wrestler who plays, the same character.
I remember this film. I put in the BSUP, the Discord thing.
Oh yeah, the tooth fairy right here.
I remember that.
Yeah, you can't handle the tooth.
This is a movie?
He's getting paid.
Yeah.
Bro. Leave him alone.
That was like I think because he had like a daughter and he basically went, I'm going to try and make more films for kids.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, but that's what Arnold did too, right? He did Jingle All the Way. Like he did the action movies and then he started doing the family focused stuff.
Yeah.
Easier
But
on
his are fun.
Well, he got really juiced when he did Hercules. And then for some fucking reason, they put a breastplate on him for most of the movie. I mean, what's the fucking point taking steroids if you're going to cover him up?
Dude, he got the biggest he ever got for a smashing machine, though. He's fucking like a tank in that movie.
That's part of the reason he's small now. Like that's not sustainable.
Looked like he was going to actually explode.
Yeah, you can't be doing that forever, bro. Because especially like that's not the build that he's had, and he's had the entire time he's famous. That is not his real build. The Rock is like we've seen him throughout his career. He's like 200 pounds, like tops. He's not a massive dude, but the amount of muscle he had to put on for this Hollywood career, that's just not sustainable at all. So I'm glad he's actually, him, Batista. You see a lot of guys downsizing now because you have to, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's 53.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact he can get in that shape in his 50s for Smashing Machine is like, that's insane.
It is.
He's also sustained because, like, Chris Hemsworth will come up and down. He'll bulk up for Thor and then come back down. Whereas The Rock was muscly for like 30 years.
Yeah, he kept it up.
Big.
So,
yeah.
So his heart has got to be like a fucking cow's heart. It's got to be like 10 times bigger than what it should be.
Well, it all depends on whether or not you did it correctly. There's people who are extreme like Roddy Coleman, and there's people like Dorian Yates who are, you know, older than Arnold and still looking great. So there's I'm not a believer of like all bodybuilders just like you're all just destroying it. Like there's some like Lee Haney and Dorian, they look fantastic and they're like in their 70s, and then there's people that are fucked. Sam Sulek, he's like one of the most popular guys now. He looks like I can smell him through the screen. Like he just like I don't know. He looks like he's gonna be fucked within the next 12 years. You know. So it just depends on how well you take care of yourself. And
I remember
had the resources to do it correctly.
Eddie Hall said like he had to kind of like come down because his blood was turning into sludge.
Eddie Hall might be the greatest example of, so anyone who's not familiar with strongman and powerlifting, Eddie Hall is one of the strongest human beings to ever exist. 2017 Eddie Hall is like a fucking mythical Marvel character almost. He's too big. Like he's fucking 400 pounds with abs. It's just, that's not right. And he had to literally downsize after winning World's Strongest Man because it wasn't sustainable. When you're someone like Hafthor Bjornsson and you're fucking almost 7 feet tall and you're a monster, you're naturally it's much more sustainable for you. But Eddie Hall had to eat himself into like this monstrous figure to be able to compete, and it's not healthy. So he's one of the smart people that knew you can't do this forever. He made his fortune and then dipped, you know. Yes, the smart ones know when to fucking cut back, and then the other ones just kill themselves.
Yeah. Well, we have a shit ton of super chats to get to. Was there anything else you wanted to say about The Mummy?
Boo.
Okay. Yeah, boo.
Boo. Okay. Yeah. We had a deal, Cynic. Where are the Game of Thrones reviews, Cynic?
The staying power is hilarious.
He
completely ignores it.
I'm certainly not doing any reviews. Let's say that.
That's even worse. You didn't even promise to do reviews. You just promised to watch it, and you haven't done that.
I promised to watch the first 2 episodes.
No, you didn't. You promised the first season. We can bring up the evidence if we need to.
You'll have to bring up the evidence. I
don't even bully you when it comes to this, but like it's so much easier to just watch that season than to constantly be fucking peer pressured every single week into it. Like they're actually great. Watch it and you'll be like, oh shit, okay, this is not for me, but I fucking can see why they fucking come over this show every week. But
I'm gonna have the evidence for next week. All right, I'm gonna have the clip ready.
It won't matter. He betrays everything. He betrays everyone.
Well, sometimes it's just you need that little push. Like Vex, I remember you mentioning I described Ned Stark's story, or no, Itachi's story as like Ned Stark on crack, and you're like, oh shit, should I watch Game of Thrones now? Because once you have a concept of a story that's already appealing to you, you know you can potentially be interested in it. But it's not for everyone, right?
He has a better reason. He was paid to watch the first season.
Give him time.
Watch episode 3 at some point.
At some point, I will.
That's what I said. When you're settled and the time's right, binge the fucking first season properly, and then we'd love to talk about it with you. That's pretty much all I got for it.
We're wrapping up the Godfather trilogy because Amy had never seen it. And then maybe we'll move on to Game of Thrones. We're on part 3 now.
Imagine watching voluntarily The Godfather Part 3 before you watch Game of Thrones.
Well, we had to finish it. And we're watching the re-edited version of that, by the way, which was like, it came out 4 years ago, I think. It's called Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone.
Oh, right.
And it's Francis Ford Coppola completely re-edited the movie, and it's way fucking better.
If you do end up getting around to it, though, I'd have one question for you. I'd have fucking a million questions, but one in particular. I just want to know what your thoughts are on specifically Tywin's introduction. Like, especially rewatching it for a video I just made. It's the fucking best introduction I've ever seen for any character. It's like the blueprint. How do you tell every single thing we need to know about this character before he even says a word on screen? Have him completely captivate the audience, and he's I can't say enough about it. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. If it's all hype and we're just bagging it up, or if you agree it's probably one of the best character introductions ever done. So hopefully when you get to that, I'd be curious to see what you think.
Yeah, if Michael Corleone doesn't die in that movie, that's false advertising.
He lives. Limited Cheetah became a YouTube member.
Welcome.
Toivo Korhonen. I don't know. You can read this Elvish if you want, Platoon.
I actually can, which is the embarrassing
Fucking
thing.
nerd.
Nerd.
Ash nazg dubatuluk ash naz gimbatul.
Oh my God.
Naz thrakatuluk ak uzum bishi krimpatul. Yeah, that's the one.
What?
Uzum bishi
Huh?
krimpatul. I'm sure. It's the words on the ring. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and yeah, in the darkness bind them.
Why can you translate it though?
I don't know. Well, I used to listen. I think I listened to all the audiobooks as a kid, and random shit just stays in my head.
Yeah, that enunciation was a bit too
Elvish.
good, dude.
I didn't get around to reading the rest of that super chat, but I definitely read the Elvish bit, so it's all good.
Gosh, nah,
It's a
dude.
beast
Oh,
of 100 soon.
TGV Monster says, "Hi everyone, good seeing you. This makes May Day."
Well,
Aw.
it's nighttime where I am. I mean, day's over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He also says, "I feel like Star Wars with Dave Filoni is just going to become a CW brand, an unprofitable meme, which is fate worse than death."
Kind of already
Mm.
is.
Yeah. It's just more Dave Filoni.
He also gifted one little Platoon membership.
To himself, I bet. Welcome anyway.
Intent Matters. What did you think of Bella Ramsey being nominated as Best Drama Actress in Golden Globes? Also, I hate all the one battle after another glazing. Ugh.
I genuinely wonder if she felt insulted because she's gone out of her way to say that she identifies as non-binary and goes by like they them. So was she insulted by being nominated for Best Actress?
No, when it comes to accolades, all that shit goes out the window. They just flip and shoot, flip flop when it comes to the rules. All that's nonsense anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Oscars said we're not making a third fucking award. Pick one.
Yeah, it's exactly. You're
Actor
gonna
or
turn
actress.
down. You're gonna turn down Best Actress and hold on to your non-binary bullshit. No, that shit's out the window as you accept your award. You're a proud woman for the next half an hour, and then you'll go back to that bullshit on Monday. That's usually how they do it.
I'd club her to death with the Oscar. She came on stage.
She's so annoying.
Dutch Gradient. Oh yes, KK really means it this time. No, really.
Yeah.
Well, she'll never let go. She'll always be whispering into that Welsh woman's ear.
Pulling the
Like fucking-
strings.
And
Yeah.
then she'll come back with the final order.
Mm-hmm.
Kill everyone.
I've retired before.
Did she come in like strapped to a machine like Palpatine does? She's on like a crane going, "Ugh, final order."
Bring me a young virgin girl so I can suck the life force out of her and make these horrible hag lines in my neck go away.
Give me a fetus and the adrenochrome.
You know they fucking ripped off Pain, like that entire thing with Palpatine. Nobody fucking references that, but that kind of annoyed me. Like, because everyone just talks about Star Wars, but like that particular reference, they completely ripped off Nagato's the system that he's plugged into, and like nobody called that out for Palpatine. It's like there's so many other cringe things to deal with, so I can see why. But yeah,
I loved all those Sith cheerleaders in the crowd. I don't know where the fuck they
who
were.
were they? Were they even
cheerleaders.
real? The red cloak guys.
Well, they seem to be real because when the starships get blown up, they're getting like bits fell on them, and they're all going ah.
So
Yeah,
stupid.
because didn't there was when that came out, I'm sure it was one of the Star Wars related Twitter accounts said, did you know that these Sith acolytes were actually the ones responsible for rebuilding civilization in Exegol, and they made all the starships? And Elijah Wood, fucking Frodo Baggins, says, "No, how could we have known?" It's great. It's a wonderful tweet.
Proctophile. Recently tried RE4 remake and was so bored I dropped it 2/3 of the way in. Then I tried a 2013 game called Cloudberry Kingdom, and I could lose whole days to it. Basically a flash game with 3 buttons. Very fun.
Oh,
How'd you get 2/3? 2/3 is too much commitment.
You might as well just finish it.
Yeah,
at
you
that
may as well
point.
finish it at that
Yeah.
point.
must have been really boring.
Mhm.
You didn't even get referred to Prevent at the end of it. So, you know.
So this is the thing, strange thing for me. I either hear RE5 is one of the greatest games of all time, or it's shit. Like,
It's pretty fun.
It's good.
RE5 is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.
Four.
Oh,
Oh,
4
4?
is great.
5
Yeah.
is comical. 5, he punches a boulder into
Yeah.
lava.
You punch a boulder by
Mhm.
smashing the X button.
It's also got
Fucking
that piss
amazing.
filter. Like, it's Africa. I understand it's not going to look great, but like they've put that piss filter on, and it looks even worse.
Mm.
And they're trying to make it.
No,
Sorry, go on.
No, I've only really played 5 as the co-op one. And I was like, this is kind of clunky and shit. Like, is 4 the feel again? Mechanics is so important to me. Does 4 feel better than 1 and 5? Because those are the only ones I've
Well, 4 plays like 5. It just loses a lot of the co-op. It's more it's more focused on one person. Like the co-op elements, like they're just annoying.
And it was revolutionary when it came out. But it's kind of clunky now.
Just play the remake.
They did a remake, so I think it might be better now. I don't know. I didn't touch it, so
it's very faithful to the game, but like it has they've built upon it like quite a bit. They do change some stuff, and Leon acts a bit different, but yeah, it's still mostly the same, but just more polished.
Sorry, was his like previous chat about how like what was
2/3
it? Sorry,
of the way in, and they dropped it.
Oh yeah,
because why?
Because it was
thought it was boring.
Because he wanted to play a game with 3 buttons. The retard. Go to an arcade, you fucking troglodyte. The sophisticated Resident Evil 4 players don't like you.
That's what you get for a super chat.
Yeah, fuck you. Thank you for the money, but fuck you.
Oh god. Dutch Gradient, Hail Panel. Jedis also use their lightsabers to deflect laser bolts that fly more slowly than arrows do from bows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yet she couldn't stop a knife. This is what I mean, like about the Acolytes. Like every scene, you're expected to just ignore everything you've ever seen within the franchise for it to make sense, and I just can't do that because you show me a Jedi. And you show her her getting killed by a butter knife. I can't take the rest of your story seriously. It's fucking retarded.
Well, remember the kids and the waving the lightsabers with the helmets on? Yoda's teaching them. I mean, they use the lightsabers for pretty much fucking everything.
Exactly, they were tools. It's silly to even consider that. But this is the problem with Disney Star Wars. They try to tell their own story within Star Wars to get the brand recognition, but they don't know what made Star Wars work at all. And they just fuck it up every single time. There's no even discussion at this point. Does anyone even defend Disney Star Wars? Like, this isn't like TLJ where it was like the fan base was split. I feel like it's like 98% agree that this is garbage.
Pretty much.
Or maybe there's some Ahsoka simps out there. I don't know. But that's probably all that there's left. Like, you don't see anyone defending Mando anymore.
Well, that's the thing. When something's popular, these people always come out like Predator Badlands.
Yeah,
they're everywhere, and then when nobody cares anymore, they go away.
Yeah,
I think those are paid for, though. I think the cycle indicates that those are paid for.
I think they're more pathetic than that. I think they just do it for like the engagement. Like,
well, remember there was. Sorry, no, just like remember there was that brief period of time where like critics were willing to take $50 to write a movie, just $50 for a movie review in order to glaze it, even if it was terrible. So, I mean,
it's so crazy.
But that's like a YouTuber, but people in the comment sections, like fucking people on Twitter, do it for nothing. They do it for free. They do it just so someone will talk to them.
They got a blue check mark, especially that sweet Twitter payout.
But it's just there's certain movies like Badlands where it's like, how could I trust your standards if you're defending that movie when it's unbelievably basic? I was watching it and I could not drop the feeling of like, this is just Borderlands. This is Claptrap, blonde Claptrap, a stupid fucking mission to get a thing. It's like, I've seen this a million times. It's a crappy video game mission, yet people treat it like it's brilliant. I don't understand the defense of that movie almost like whatsoever.
I don't think it was organic. I think some, like maybe a few people who had never seen a Predator movie probably defended it, but I feel like the online response for that movie was super manufactured, and it's just the fact that it's cyclical. Like, it doesn't stick around. It's the same thing with like the avatars that come out only for like the first 2 weeks the movie is out. Same with like all the Star Wars shows. Like, the hype tends to die out after the first two episodes come out and no one really talks about it. So I feel like it's very manufactured at this point.
Yeah. There's nothing like, for you and Cynic, again, you're not a fan of the show, but It's part of the reason we always bring up Game of Thrones is because there's so much to discuss, whether we're talking characters, world, themes. It's just there's story there. There's whether it's lore, it's just there's a lot for your brain to chew on. And it's super, super, super rare nowadays when we have things like Romulus and Badlands and Alien Earth concepts just being pissed away, and we have to look back at this old media that actually was, scratch that itch. And there's just nothing to talk about with Romulus. How can you like Romulus theories or fucking Badland theories or getting in depth on those characters? Like, what is there? Can you have a podcast discussing Deck? What is there to say about him? You know what I mean? It's frustrating how empty these media has become, and people just defend it more frivolously than ever. Just frustrating.
But then they move on. They're like locusts. They move on to the next franchise
for like a 48-hour window, and then it's done. Take your 610. Did you guys forget that Darth Maul set his lightsaber to kill before he stabbed Qui-Gon? Come on, we all know.
Oh, I didn't see that part. He flipped the switch.
Got him. Eurodoc, an example of successful dual CEOs, Disney under Michael Eisner and Frank Wells. Then Wells died, and all of Eisner's worst impulses came to the fore.
Well, there you go.
Sty Games, can you play the PS4 version of Lord of Ring?
No.
I never heard of that.
Was enough.
Can you also play the Xbox One version of Lord of the Ring?
Probably no, because I'm not gay enough to own an Xbox One.
That was good. Dutch Gradient, wasn't there a space whale in what is that?
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, there was.
I bet they did it better. I'll just off the top of my head, I'm sure they did it better.
There was a space jellyfish. I remember that, but it could like phase through walls, and it tries to kill Q, and he has no powers. I don't know. Have you seen episode Platoon?
No, I don't think so.
Where Q becomes mortal, and then he hides on Picard's ship, and a giant jellyfish is trying to kill him.
Oh no, I definitely haven't.
That's a good episode. He basically learns to not be as big of a prick. It's basically the arc.
James Busher, hello all. I saw your respective film and TV reviews of 2025, but what were the best books you read last year? Looking for some recommendations.
I don't read.
I have a couple. I'll let you go ahead, Platoon.
Oh, well, mine's quite simple and easy because I locked myself into the George R.R. Martin completionist challenge. So I have been stuck with nothing but him for more months than I care to count. So Fire and Blood, I quite like, and the Duncan X stories, I quite like. And the first 3 Game of Thrones books, pretty good. And then A Feast for Crows happens, and it's not very good. And then the next one, which Dance with Dragons, that's the one. Nearly done with that. Then I'll finally be able to read other things because he's not going to fucking finish the series.
It's like you're joining a book club knowing that you're just going to be waiting in line with everyone else for like 20 years.
I want to understand the pain.
I respect it. I guess my list is a little more varied. True Believer by Jack Carr. Hot Take Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I finally read it. It's actually a really good book if you can, keep your vomit down. And Into the Wild, Jack Krakauer. Oh, and The Buffalo Hunter, which was a really cool take on the vampire myth.
I just remembered I did read a book. It wasn't
a book.
Yeah, there we go. A book. It wasn't fictional though. It was the Drunken Botanist. So if anyone wants to learn about the plants that go into booze or just any of the things that they make, it was actually pretty interesting. So really good starter book because just basically trying to learn about spirits and mixology and just a really cool side hobby. But this book was interesting. And what was it? Nutmeg. The story of Nutmeg is crazier than Game of Thrones. I swear to God. Like
the spice nutmeg?
Yeah. Like the fucking scraps that went down for spice and shit. It's actually the most interesting shit ever. It's like it's pretty crazy. The amount of drama and like legit, there was like backstabbing, assassinations, war, like it's pretty interesting when you see the history of spices and the things that are used to create a spirits that we drink now. You don't even think about it, but yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. And again, most people don't know what the fuck they're drinking, so I thought it was useful for me.
For sure.
I drank Crown Rail for years, and then someone's like, "Oh, you like whiskey?" And I'm like, "No, I don't like whiskey." And they're like, "Why are you drinking Crown?" I'm like, "Crown," and I didn't realize it was whiskey. I had no idea what the fuck I thought it was rum. It's brown. It gets me drunk, and that was as far as I went. So I went on a mission to learn as much as possible at it, because I'm like, wow, I don't know anything about this shit. Just drink it to get drunk, but it's pretty interesting. So the Drunken Botanist, if anyone's curious.
What was that book with the Minotaur raping that girl that all women like?
The Morning Glory Milking Farm. I did read a few chapters of it. I read it on stream, and it was so disgusting that I couldn't finish it at all. And now it's permanently altered my brain, where when I see certain things, I think I'm looking at a Minotaur cock. It's horrible. It's horrible. Don't ever read that book. It's terrible. I started reading a bunch of romance books last year for like research for my own book, because fucking romance novels suck, and they're all just about how degrading of a fantasy a woman can pump out in words. And no.
Well,
Wow.
it's more smut than anything, isn't it?
It's just smut. It's weird, degrading smut. Like there's no actual romance. I think the closest I got to reading a solid romance was The Light Between Oceans, which was actually more just like two parents like getting over the loss of a child.
You'd be surprised how much people like are dissatisfied just with smut alone. They don't actually need a story. They'll write the rest in their head as long as it gives them that feeling. It's kind of crazy. The standards for that type of thing.
Yeah, women are weird.
Imperial Fist Stand Part 1 of 2. It is actually crazy how Star Wars Extended Universe made a more coherent and consistent story over 35 years than Disney in 5 years. And then Part 2 says, for all the problems with EU, getting rid of it, and then cherry picking things without context is the worst of all worlds. Love Legends better than Disney easily.
Yep. There's weird stuff in Legends, to be sure, but like the best of it is really good, and it is a way more consistent story. It is, where you get some of these characters like Thrawn from. It's where the direction used to come from, and yeah, it's also like because they've replaced it not only by like picking and choosing characters without any context, which I'm sure we've talked about before, and definitely have in videos, that you can't just pick things outside of their context because you will shatter all the world building that brings them to that point. But then Disney has also replaced the EU itself with a bunch of weird shit comics anyway. Like that famous one with the wedding that ends just with everyone farting for no particular reason. That's a Disney thing.
The key to adaptation fully is, if you're going to change things, you have to know why they're there in the first place. Otherwise, it's just not going to connect. You're going to screw everything up. And that's their biggest problem. They just take, oh, that looks nice. Oh, that looks good. It's there's no thought process behind anything they do. And there's so many examples, but the one that just sticks in my head forever is Captain Phasma. Captain Phasma is literally, there's a lot of people we say aren't a character. No, she is literally not a character. She only exists because she was a piece of concept art that Kathleen Kennedy liked. So they wanted to make like a female stormtrooper. She had really cool looking armor. Everyone was interested in her, and they did fuck all with this character.
But that's because you didn't read the comic where she and General Hux conspire to murder Hux's father. I think that's what happens.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
what? Or even the deleted scene. The only character she got was that she was a fucking coward, and she opened up fucking hell. They hold her at gunpoint and make her open up the fucking shields, and then they reveal in the next movie that her armor completely is bulletproof. She could have just reflected everything. It doesn't make any sense. So she's not only not a character, but her tiny scenes that she's in are completely broken. And she's also a part of possibly the worst editing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll make this quick. The Holdo maneuver happens, and before it happens, Finn is at gunpoint with Phasma right in front of him, holding a gun in his face with Rose. The fucking stupid maneuver happens where the ship blows up. They cut back to the ship, and suddenly Finn and Rose are on the ground. All the stormtroopers are on the ground next to them, and Phasma is walking in through a room, like marching in towards them. even though she was just right in front of him. It doesn't make any sense. It's like the most blatant editing mistake you'll ever see in a fucking movie. It's undeniable. This is a character who's got like 3 minutes of screen time. Yeah, she has all the fucking problems in the world. And all because Kathleen Kennedy said, "Oh, I like that." That's it. But thought process behind this woman.
She should have died in TFA because doesn't Han say they throw her down a trash compactor?
Yep.
And then somehow she gets off planet before it blows up.
Yeah, somehow she returns to TLJ.
And then she dies again. It's like, oh, okay. What a fucking waste of time you are.
But it did give us those wonderful Gwendolyn Christie interviews where we relate to her because of her actions and because of her character. Like, do we know?
It's so fucking bad, man.
Just was it? She gets Ray hits her. Sorry, Finn hits her, and then she just goes, "You're a scam," and then just dies, and that's it. That's her character.
Scum. And it's what? You want to just melt completely of cringe. It's just, why are they even fighting in the first place? They don't even have. They should have had an arc. That should have been like an actual payoff, Finn versus Phasma. But again, neither of them are fucking characters. It's all so fucked, man.
Yeah, that Rebel Scum comeback is just awful.
Rebel Scum.
You're a dickhead. Yeah, major dickhead.
Major dickhead.
It's
one of the worst comebacks ever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Decepticon.
Decepticon says, Jedi, thanks for recommending the movie Alien Abduction Incident at Lake County. One of the creepiest movies I've seen in a while. Loved every minute.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the fucking cutaways that they do. I could have lived without those. I honestly would edit a version and take those out. But other than that, the movie's, for a low budget alien movie, it's pretty awesome. Like if you just want to just watch something creepy and you're a sci-fi alien fan, easy watch. 1,000 times better than Shelby Oaks. 1,000.
Low bar. Imperial Fist Stand. Star Wars EU really shines between Episode 6 and the Yuzan Vong War. Really interesting how they deal with the Imperial remnants, Thrawn, and how the aftermath of Andor would actually happen.
Well, Thrawn's a retard, so I mean, and then he disappears before Episode 7, so I don't know what they're gonna do because he's gonna come back. Ahsoka's gonna beat him, and that's it. He's gonna be like a fart. He just comes and goes.
He's gonna lose, but he won't admit it. It's just pretty much helping asshole.
Meant to do that. She cut his arm off because I meant to do that.
The Stinky Weasel Reaper, please remind Cynic that you had a deal. And that he has reneged on said deal. I even suggest humbly calling him a worm.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, he's punished himself enough. He feels really bad, don't you, Cynic?
All this abuse.
I feel awful.
You fucking liar.
Oh, no. Honestly, your biggest fucking mistake was sitting there like a freak with a notepad instead of watching the show like a
see,
that screwed it up for you.
I was trying to give it my 110%.
Your heart was in the right place.
It was in the right place.
Oh, so you're gonna give the rest of the season 110%? Or
Fuck
just...
no way. I'm not gonna sit there with a notepad again.
No, that's just not the way. I can't even do that for like for example, if you guys do movies, are you doing notes on first watch? Because I remember Platoon you mentioning that. Like, does that take away from your first watch, or do you want to do it so you don't have to do the rewatch? Like, what's your strategy when it comes to that?
I take notes on rewatch.
Yeah, I do a rewatch.
I have to just sit and take it in for the first time. I can't do notes.
I do notes as it's going.
Yeah, I tend to do that because I write really quickly, and most of it is just sort of writing down what happens as opposed to comments on it, and then so I'm not stopping it to form an opinion or like writing an opinion in a note. It is just this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Then on rewatch, it will be filling that in with this happened, which is good, bad, usually bad, how it connects, starting to flesh it out a bit more. But so the first watch is uninterrupted unless something exceptionally retarded happens. So it doesn't distract me from the first watch. Just sort of sticks in my mind what I did just watch.
Well, then there could be those moments where you're just like, oh shit, I gotta pause this and actually take some shit down. Like the harem scene in Superman. That was one of those ones where I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
No way that's where the direction the plot is going. I have to just like dissect this for a second. So it depends on the film.
Wisnilly P. Anyone familiar with the Goldman from YouTube? He claims that The Last Jedi is his favorite Star Wars film. The Last Jedi sucks.
Not familiar with. Sounds like a dick.
It's I don't know. I can't really take your opinion seriously on almost anything. If you're gonna tell me that's your favorite film or Star Wars film, even if he told me. Yeah, there's just no redeeming that statement.
No, I would not trust my kids to a person who liked The Last Jedi.
It's just not. I try to. I've been talking about this movie for years now, and I try to like take it out of the realm of Star Wars and just talk about logic. Like, you don't have to be, so scientifically accurate with everything, but we all expect just basic things like gravity should at least be respected in the movie. If a pen falls off the table, it should fall via gravity. TLJ ignores the laws of gravity with it twice within the first 5 minutes. Like, that's all you need to know about how broken that movie is. They literally have scenes of people opening doors in space and like not getting sucked out. It's so fucking stupid. And I'm talking like the first 5 minutes in terms of just logistical nightmares. I'm not even getting into the character stuff.
Yeah, his father should have hit him more.
The YouTuber.
Yeah.
Ajanis 95. So what this game sounds like is the DARE program back here in the States doing the exact opposite. I remember the DARE program.
Me too.
Yeah.
What was the DARE program?
90s, early 2000s.
Well, like, what was it about? Like, just
I've never heard of that either.
Drugs or
it was just like anti-drugs. Yeah. Like they had the commercials on TV. I remember like they would have groups that would come around to schools and they had like the DARE t-shirts with the red font and everything.
Yep.
And
that logo is iconic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's an iconic logo. The school I went to had a cop come in and talk to us over a few days. He was the DARE officer.
Was it extremely embarrassing and patronizing?
When I reflect on it, yes.
Yes.
Do you reflect?
At the time, I was just like, this guy carries a gun. That's fucking cool. Imperial Fist Stand. There was a report that the UAE stopped sponsoring students to go to the UK for fear of Islamic radicalization. The UAE is afraid of the UK radicalizing.
I believe this is also true, as it came out this week. The UAE is the United Arab Emirates. It is a Muslim-majority country, and it thinks that UK universities are too likely to radicalize their children, so it won't send its kids here anymore.
It's crazy.
It's one of those bad stories that like you would be hard-pressed to make up, so you just have to wait for it to be revealed to be true, and the news headlines do it for you.
Well, I have a friend who teaches in Saudi Arabia, and he basically said they just sent all the worst criminals to Europe, and in Europe just took them in, and now they don't want them back. So it's like, you've just got the scum of society.
It was Wahhabi sort of Saudi foreign policy for a while to sort of use Wahhabism, which is like very, very extreme Sunni Islam, to kind of like Iran uses Hezbollah, to use it as proxies in neighboring countries and as a bulwark against Iran. But that was when it wasn't in very good favor with the states and it needed its own sort of proxy fight. But then inevitably they sort of turned around and started causing trouble in Saudi Arabia. And the Saudis then very quickly said, fuck you, go away, we're going to kill you if you come back. Osama bin Laden was trained in Saudi Arabia in large part because his dad was an architect and worked in Saudi, but and was training his eyes on Saudi Arabia for a time. But it is insane. And most of these countries have like banned the Muslim Brotherhood because it's like obviously a politically activist organization. And we can't do it in the UK because apparently it would be racist if we did it. But when Muslim countries ban the Muslim Brotherhood, that's fine. When Tunisia bans the burqa, that is fine. When we do it, it's racist. So yeah, it's great. Love this country.
And it's getting worse.
Every single day, yes.
That's such fucking nonsense. That must be so frustrating to deal with the double standards on a regular basis with that shit. Because, yeah, there's just no logic being followed consistently when it comes to that. You just have to face that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Pierce by Light, based on Stoker's Jewel of the Seven Stars.
What is?
I don't know.
When
they sent it in at
through?
6:55. I don't remember.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In real time, that's all. Was that not the mummy, right?
What the
That was
fuck
the
is
last
Jewel?
topic.
Books? Books? Is that what we're talking about?
Chat, help.
No idea.
The Jewel of 7 Stars looks to do with Egypt, so I assume it's
Oh,
about the mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inspiration for today's mummy movies. So it's based on a book.
Wiznilly P says, "Pump the brakes on the ScarJo praise. She's 41."
Is that the limit? She just
She
cut
looks
off?
great at 41, though.
Yeah, she
Who
looks
cares?
fantastic at 41.
Yeah, but what about
Yeah.
the people that are close to her age? What about the people that still think she's hot? What about the people that think she's a talented actress? We can't praise her because she's 41? Get out of here.
We need an uninspired reviewer here. He'd tell us if she's the kind of lovable older woman.
This person seems like they were radicalized by Andrew Tate with this comment. I don't
Yeah, you
know.
hate women, don't you? You fucker. No, she's this idea that again, and I do believe there is a wall for women. I don't think she's hit it yet. And even if she did, she has the talent to actually still has appeal. She isn't someone who's just there. She isn't Megan Fox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She
nowhere looks as good as she did at like her peak, but like for
Yeah.
a woman her age, she still looks really good, especially after what 2 or 3 kids now.
Iron Man 2, ScarJo, you can't hold on to that shit forever. Like you're fucking
No, that's powerful right
It's
there.
Possible. But you're talking about one of the one females in Hollywood that is hot and also talented, and you're giving her shit for being 41. Get off my lawn, bro. Not with that shit. Not on my watch.
Joey Bag of Donuts. This is how the internet works, Kyle. If you want to find some quality friends, you have to wade through all the D's. Cartman. F-U.
Yeah.
That's chat roulette, yeah. There's a
good
penis.
episode.
There's a penis.
Taker 610 says, Gollum says, don't forget to lock your balls.
Yeah.
Is that a real quote in the game?
So
I'm
there's a
so
bit
out of the
in the
loop on the
game.
balls quote.
Well, so there's a bit where you're in were you in Mirkwood? I think you're in Mirkwood. And so you just sort of run along as you do, and then there's some orcs below you attacking, and they all chant something that sounds, well, what they're technically saying is lug burrs, but it doesn't sound like that. It all sounds like they are all chanting lock balls, lock balls, lock balls. It's very funny.
Oh my god, that's where the meme
Everything
came from.
about that game is just a disaster. There are now 2 supercuts on the Moolah channel, which you can get the full context for.
Genmai Cha says, hey guys, see you on the re-up. Who is your favorite Street Fighter character? Mine is Sakura. Her animations give her so much personality and she's fun.
I've always liked
one.
Bison.
I was gonna say Bison. He's got a crow look to him, and I like his down B, the slide.
I always thought Blanca was cool.
Blanca's pretty cool too. I like Dalsim's dance.
Yeah.
His celebration dance.
Guile is always fun. I like Guile.
Sonic Boom. In his
In
fight
the-
stance, I always liked his fighting stance. Ready to pop off.
Like Cody Rhodes playing Guile's good casting, but the guy who's playing Bison, he's like
A twink.
he's
like,
poking.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't be Bison.
Fucking
Yeah,
Richo
Bison-
should be Bison, man.
Yeah, that'd actually really good casting.
Yeah. We'll see. Well, but I'll say this: there are some good castings. Like the MMA fighter Alexander Volkanovski looks exactly like the dude Joe he's being casted for. So, and 50 Cent as Balrog that's just spot on. He looks exactly like him. So, I hope it's self-aware and I hope they have fun with it.
Isn't it got Andrew Schultz?
Yeah,
in Street Fighter?
Schultz. Yeah.
It's just like why
What are we
him?
doing?
I hope it's got his Indian. Was it Akash? And he just
Oh, yeah,
goes in. He goes,
Akash.
my girlfriend cheats on me, and it just leaves.
My girlfriend hates me.
She's had tons of white dick and just leaves.
Dutch Gradient says, I was talking about the baby space whale that was leaching energy from the 171D until they found its mama. Not a Q episode, not a jellyfish.
I don't know that episode.
Nope, no idea. I
Leeching
need to
energy
watch
from
most of TNG.
No, you're a nerd. I don't know that.
Oh shit. Spinge Bill says Nutmeg mentioned big ups to Townsend's.
I was reading the page thinking, why isn't there like several movies on this? This is so interesting. I couldn't believe how dramatic the history of Nutmeg was, but like you can legit make a whole story on it for sure.
Could be like Tetris, but with nutmeg.
No, I'm down.
Leah Roche says, dare to keep cops off donuts. Best t-shirt in the late 90s. And that actually does it for the super chats.
Cool.
Well, alrighty then. I guess we'll go around and thank the panel. Brooks, thanks for being here as usual, friend.
What's going on?
You releasing anything soon?
Tomorrow or Wednesday at the very, very latest, bearing any copyright issues. Full rewrite on Ironheart. I think I did a great job. Cracked the code on actually trying to make this character viable. And if it does well, I'll probably do other ones as well. Because it's a different thing than just reviewing. It's trying to actually fill in the gaps based on the template that the template they gave me, and making her character work in a way that is actually enjoyable to watch. So hopefully I pulled it off. I'm also going to be doing a video on Interstellar, or at least the dumbest scene in Interstellar, because I think that's one of the most over fucking rated movies ever, and it's completely carried by the performances and the music. It's incredible. I tried to make this point to a friend of mine the other day, and the very first thing he said was, "Oh, the music's good though." I'm like, "Okay, I'm making a fucking video. You just made my point." That's your first defense. Like, shit. All right, I'm doing this. So yeah, soon time.
Nice.
Gotta give to Matthew McConaughey though. That's a fucking great performance.
It's his best performance of his career. He kills it. The scene with him watching his daughter grow up is glorious. There's great things in that movie. There's also nonsense that people don't fucking pay attention to. It drives you nuts. It's
one of those movies where it's so well produced and well acted that people glaze the actual movie, like the story and the characters. So like
they ignore every flaw in it because of that quality in it, which we need both, bro.
You know what's like? Have you seen those videos of those hags that they put loads of makeup on, they put fake teeth in, and you look like a half decent girl?
Yeah. It is kind of like that, yeah.
It's almost fucking worse than that when it comes to all the different types of defenses of it. And I have so many different problems with it, whether it's the logistics, the thematic elements. The treatment of his son is disgusting in that movie. The movie would literally function better if the son didn't exist. Entire movie is dedicated to fucking like love being the most important thing in the world, but this motherfucker only thinks about one of his kids. Murph, don't let me go, Murph. He doesn't even ask about his son at the end of the movie. Like, how did he grow up? Where did it happen? The son gets shat on completely. I fucking hate this movie. That's one of like a million problems.
But you needed a cornfield. That's what you needed. You needed the sun to justify the cornfield.
Corn. That's the key to everything. This movie.
Reaper, are you releasing anything anytime soon?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm doing a fucking Fallout show. I've just watched episode 4 again, and it literally has destroyed everything from the game. So I'm trying to get them all one after another. It's like I've voiced episode 3. I'm about to voice episode 4, and hopefully kind of release them one after another very quickly. But yeah, it's just destroyed everything. It's destroyed everything. The Vegas Strip is destroyed. Everything's gone. It's like a cleansing flood. Fuck. I fucking hate Todd Howard. I hope he dies.
Even like lore aside, it's just a bad fucking show. Like I can't defend it in any way anymore. Like the good parts that were there in season 1 aren't there at all for season 2.
Well, this one relies so much more on playing the games, but if you've played the games, you'll be pissed off. So
yeah, I do feel like Easter eggs are just being consistently thrown at me, despite not knowing what Easter eggs they are. So
yeah, but it's like you don't know them, and I'm seeing them being raped. So it's like two different things. You're bored and confused. I'm full of anger.
I feel like I'm getting raped, but by what I don't know.
Yeah, is it a carrot or is it a cock? When I can see it, I can see the veins and everything. I can feel the heartbeat as I grab it.
Fucking God.
So much revealed about you today, Reaper. Like,
Yeah, a lot of interesting
that's
things.
That's a drop in the ocean. That's what I feel fine saying online. Jesus, the fucking things I'll take to my grave.
he was really part of that spit roast.
He was the one being
Yeah.
spit roasted.
The one who couldn't do that. It was me spit roasting me on everything.
Oh God. Vex, thanks for being here with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for
Yeah, I
having
appreciate you. Yeah. Are you doing anything anytime soon?
me. My video for the month got pushed back because I was sick, and I have commissions that I need to get done within the next
Well.
10 days. So
Understandable then.
something coming at the end of the month, though.
All right. You don't want to tell us what it is?
No, because I might
surprise.
change my mind since part 2 of 28 Years Later comes out this week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it'll be that or a primal video from a different angle. I'm not sure where I'm going.
All right. Fair enough. Platoon, what about you?
Yeah, still working away. Something Stranger Things related has to be out this week and next week and the week after. And Avatar is also being made, which is great because that's fucking long. So plenty of shit's in the work. Too much shit is in the work, but it'll start trickling out soon, I hope.
Well,
Are you doing an Avatar 3 video at all? Did you do one already?
Yep.
Not already, but it's me and it's like all voiced, all scripted. It's with an editor. Part of it is with an editor. I might need to send him some more. I don't know if he's in the chat. Work faster, you fucker. I'll send you some more, and then I'll do whatever's left. I guess. Yeah, I haven't finished recording it yet. Actually, that's the point.
Comes out tomorrow. Bone Temple, 14th.
Oh,
It's
really?
13th now where I am, but it's 14th UK.
Wait. The sequel's already out?
Yeah,
No, it's
January.
out 14th. It's the 13th where I am, so today.
That's the early
Day and a
screenings,
half
I'm
a year.
assuming, right? The early
It just
screenings
says
are out.
it just says UK. Let me double check. Let me check my local showcase.
Because like I saw some pictures coming out of the UK that people were seeing early screenings over there already, but there's
No,
none
I can
over
watch
here.
it. I can watch it on the 14th. Yeah,
I have to
10
wait
past
till the
1.
15th.
Yeah, we
I'm
have to
not
wait till
paying.
the 16th over here.
Well, Thursday they were always release these movies
But
at
yeah,
like
that's true.
in the
yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah,
So.
so I can watch it on Wednesday, and I'm not paying for it. I'm going to sneak in. I'm not giving them money, but I'm paying for another ticket and going in and watching something else.
I might just wait till part 3 comes out and then do the video then, and all because I don't know if
Well,
I
it's a
want
busy
to
week.
put myself through that.
We've got Bone Temple on the 14th. You got Star Trek Academy on the
Oh, yeah.
15th, and you've got Knight of the Seven Kingdoms on the 19th.
That's the only one I'm on my list for sure.
And then
That's the one I'm looking
Merlin,
forward to.
that fucking what was that? The Ben Shapiro actually network, whatever the fuck you call it.
Daily
Wire?
Wire.
Daily Wire. They're doing Merlin.
Yeah, I forgot about
Oh.
that. Yeah, I saw an ad the
That
other day. I
comes-
was like, wow, they're making money at Daily Wire. Didn't expect that.
22nd, and then you've got Wonder Man on the 28th. Oh, you know, did anyone see the clip of Ben Shapiro not understanding Christmas?
No.
He
No.
watches It's a Wonderful Life, and he gives the most Jewish answer you could possibly think of. So he goes, the villain of the movie, I can't remember what his name was, let's call him Barrymore. He goes, Barrymore is the true hero of the movie because if the other guy kept giving out loans with no collateral, then he would have crashed the subprime mortgage rates. I went,
To be
could
fair
you
to
not
him, he
be
does do that
Jewish?
like semi-ironically. I've made the same point about Scrooge. Scrooge is actually financially responsible. Fuck Tiny Tim. And society would be way better if everybody paid more attention to Scrooge.
But the problem is, in that film, the villain of It's a Wonderful Life steals and breaks the law. So it's like, he is the real villain. It's like, could you not? And plus, he turns the town into a favela and he puts like sex and drugs everywhere. Like, he destroys the town. How could you possibly say he's the good guy? Even ironically, because at least Scrooge being financially frugal makes sense. He is rich.
Mm.
Anyway, Cynic, what are you doing next?
Oh, I'm not releasing shit. I'm not going to do anything.
Oh,
dang.
that's because you're not doing anything. You have time to watch episode
He
3.
set himself up. I'm like, wow, what a rake. He just walked into that one.
I said I
mean,
wasn't going to do anything. That
you
includes
swore
watching
an
Game of
oath.
Thrones.
You made a deal.
Hmm.
Like a blood oath.
You've had people check up on you. More super chats are coming. It's just 1 hour.
Maybe. Imperial Fist stands as Platoon. It is not ethical to keep editors in your basement dungeon. They are people too, at least I think. Editor lives matter.
I mean, sometimes they do. Tyler Wolf's very good. I saw you in chat as well. Thank you. Twitter is really reliable at generating bikinis and not at notifying me when people send me shit that I need to see. So I haven't seen that, but I will take your word for it that it is in my DMs. So I'll get, and if you have time, I'll send you some more stuff. But there's always more stuff. But speaking of editors' lives matter, though, like you not working, doesn't that mean that Bagface is starving?
No, he still gets paid either way.
Oh, good for him.
What the fuck?
So he's fine. He'll be fine. Wild Warlock says, I just want to hear Cynic say, oh, wait, one more. There you go.
Just never ends.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for episode 92 of BSUP. Platoon, take us out of here.
I will do so. Goodbye. We will probably. Oh, wait, we are back next week, are we? Or are we not?
Oh, yeah.
We are. Fair enough. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.